a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable! They've hit the parlay. Let's go!
Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey, Zagreek, tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
I received a call one time, and the man said, "You probably won't call me back because I'm just a nobody." I immediately called him back. Nobody's a nobody.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan.
I always wanted to be the lawyer who represented the little guy, the voiceless, the powerless.
I was rear-ended by a car probably doing about 50 or 55 miles an hour. My car caught on fire. I'm a paraplegic, so I couldn't get out of the car. They were struggling to get me out of the vehicle. After the accident, I gave Morgan & Morgan a call, and they understood what I was going through, and they were there to help me each step of the way. It made me feel that I had people behind my back to help me and resolve the case.
I represented him, and we did well because we get the chance to help people put their lives back together and to go on as best they can after a life-altering day. There's only one you, there's only one Morgan & Morgan. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
When the going gets tough, the tough gets StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty. Because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smithball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. Our purpose for our clients is to provide legal power. Our mission for our clients is to obtain huge results. Our lawyers have been listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. Our lawyers have conducted dozens of jury trials at the courthouses in Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River counties. Our legal team is also actively involved in the communities that we proudly share with you and your families. Although our law firm litigates matters anywhere in Florida, our roots are deepest here with you in the numerous cities and towns of Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smithball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smithball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Hey, it's Greek, and I'm sitting here with Jeff Jr. of Trajan Wealth. Jeff, I'm concerned because we're in election year, which is sure to shake things up. Last year was a great year in the market, and it's just not looking as good this year.
Well, yeah, the market is cyclical, and that's why it's a perfect time to diversify and lock in some of those gains. You may even qualify for an upfront bonus of up to 30% just for opening an account and up to 12% guaranteed growth for your retirement income.
Up to 30% for just opening an account and up to 12% per year. All guaranteed?
Yeah, and you probably won't hear many other advisors talking about this because they don't have access. I will say it's because of the high interest rate climate we're in, and this probably won't last long.
If you're concerned about what this messy election could do to your finances, call Trajan Wealth today and learn how to get up to 30% bonus and up to 12% growth per year for your retirement income. Call 561-390-1000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions. Paid advertisement.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then.
Come together, you say goodbye. It's been a hard day's night.
Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
A stalled vehicle on the turnpike southbound of Boynton Beach Boulevard has moved to the right shoulder. Watch for slow travel on the turnpike between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Jog Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money.
Find more ways to save energy and money at FPL.com/ways to save. FPL, working for you every single day.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BANK at realradio921.com. That's BANK. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Redefining radio. This is where the fun begins. Introducing Greek.
Let me tell you something. Don't ever love more you than anybody else you love more.
Francis.
Because then you're just like, you're squeezing your banana so hard every time you come in here, and then you're pounding it on the desk.
Let's get the party started. It's the Penthouse on Real Radio.
Yeah, it's a Thursday on Real Radio on the Penthouse. First of all, Happy New Year to all our Jewish listeners. Happy New Year. I hope you guys have a great year, good health, and good fortune to all of you. Big winner yesterday on Real Radio. Somebody won $1,000. People do win. You guys are crushing it. We are so happy about that. $1,000 we gave out. That is totally awesome. If you want to share any, we would love to share it. But that's a great job. We got a good giveaway today for you at 12:45 if you like country music. And if you don't, well, then maybe something else will get you. We'll be live tomorrow for Greek's Gridiron right in our own backyard on North Lake Avenue. And that is going to be at the Crazy Horse Saloon. A lot going on, as always, on a Thursday. And getting ready for another weekend of football. Dolphins having all kinds of trouble. Is the coach leaving? What is going on with the Dolphins? But here's Mr. Steady Eddie, always doing a good job and looking like a, say, $20 bill. Hello there, Dominic. How are you?
Hey, Greek. How's it going? Hey, Franny.
Hey, Dom.
Looking like a $100 bill every day is Francis. Good morning, Francis.
Hi, good morning.
877-927-6969. That's the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. Those are two ways that you guys can get involved in the show. Bring up anything you want. We'll throw out topics as the day progresses and we get into some different areas. But you guys are always welcome to jump in and, give us a question. Bring up something that maybe something on your mind, situation you have going on or anything like that. You guys can always do it. Franny, how are you today?
If it's not one thing, it's another. It truly is. I left my house and now I've got it's weighing very heavy having to have left my house. And when I did, my dogs were fine.
Okay.
But my husband, I called because I missed a couple days due to being out of town, and before I had to miss work because one of my dogs got into some of my medication, and that was a few months ago, and I freaked out. Had to take her to the vet. And now this time, and you would never think, so note to self, if you have puppy dogs, because I know they're very popular, especially those big Florida avocados.
Okay.
Our neighbor across the street always gives us some. And I'm getting ready this morning and everything's fine, but they're quiet. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. Why are they so quiet talking about my dogs? And at the end, when I went to go grab my stuff to walk out the door, I see something in one of my dog's mouth, Phoebe, the one who always has something in her mouth. And I take it out and I'm like, what is this? And it looked like a fruit or something. Like it was like pit. So I was like, and she just came from outside. So maybe she grabbed something random outside. So I take it out of her mouth, I throw it in the garbage. And then I look and I see my other dog just licking the carpet, the rug. There's all this green stuff everywhere. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then I look and then I see skin and I'm like from an avocado. And I'm like, what is this? And then I look and I'm talking, this thing is the size of a football, this avocado. Gone. Completely, skin, fruit, all of it gone.
So they like it.
The two of them ate the whole thing. So I know I had heard before that they're not great for dogs because they're great for humans. I mean, you hear they have so many benefits. So I look it up and I'm just like, oh. So the skin of an avocado is extremely toxic for dogs.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So, of course, I'm losing my mind. But I'm like, you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
Yeah.
So I call my husband and I'm like, I hate to do this to you because he sounded very busy. And I'm like, I hate to do this to you. I was like, I have to go to work. I was like, I don't want to leave them, but can you? And he was like, all right. So he left.
Brought the dogs with you.
I know. Yeah. So they would diarrhea and vomit all over the studio. Yeah. Good idea.
We love you here.
So he left work because I was like, I can't leave them on their own. I was like, and I have to be here.
Let's put in a rerun. Let's go take care of the dogs.
So he hops in the truck, and of course he's stuck in traffic, but he's going there. And on the way, I called the vet. And the vet was like, yeah, bring him here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, so now that's heavy on me. So note to self, because I know a lot of people have them. Don't feed your. Well, you can feed them like the fruit part of it, the meat, but don't let them eat a whole avocado.
Where is the vet located?
She's right down the street from me.
Oh, so that's good.
I can get there in 2 minutes.
You should just have went and come
I
back.
can get there in 2 minutes. So he's already on his way.
Oh, okay.
So fingers crossed everything will be okay. But I was just like, good. We're just finally paying down our care credit from all the other things our dogs have gone through. And now this is another thing.
Vet bills.
I was like, gosh darn it, dogs are expensive.
Yeah, pets are expensive.
Oh man, especially ones that get into everything.
So now you got to take all the avocados out of the backyard, right?
Well, we don't have them. Our neighbor gives them.
I
to
know.
us.
You got to tell him, hey,
So
don't
give us any more. Or we just got to put them where they can't reach it. I mean,
Maybe
it's
the
on,
roof.
It's on the counter. Yeah, we'll put them on the roof.
That'd be something.
We got a damn counter surfer of a dog who takes everything. But I'm telling you, this thing is the size of a football.
That's big.
There is no remnants of it. The whole thing is gone. Skin, meat,
Just
all
the
of it.
pit?
Oh, they ate the whole. I was like, what? Like in a matter of 20 minutes, I had to have been.
And you feed them in the morning,
They-
right?
Oh yeah, they eat in the morning, they eat at night. They're very well fed. You look at them, you're like, you don't need this.
I don't know.
And who? So I'm just like, note to self because I looked it up, especially calling the vet. Do not give your dog a whole avocado.
All right, well, let's keep it posted. Hopefully everything works out.
I know. So if I run out, it's because my husband's calling me. But I have a feeling it'll be okay. What I think is going to be worse. It's just gonna mess up their tummy. But we shall.
Well, tomorrow we're going to be close to your house. So
we shall see. Yeah, we'll be we'll actually be very close to the vet.
Yeah, so we'll
if
be
you have
really
to
close.
stay
Yeah,
over there.
You'll be right there. In
Then-
between the breaks, you can check it out. And if you got to go, you go. The
I'm
dogs are
just
more
like-
important than iHeart,
I know.
than this show.
But it's just like if it's not one thing, it's another, man. Between my health and their health, it's like everything is messed up around here.
You got to worry about
But
the
here we
dogs.
are. Here we are today at work.
Yeah, we gave away $1,000. We'll try to get the individual.
And it was right here in the Penthouse yesterday. We had a winner on the Penthouse. He won $1,000.
We're going to try to get him on the phone. Maybe he can give
I
us a
love
call.
it.
See if he wants to give us a tip. But that is awesome.
And
$1,000.
We were only 3 days into this contest, so that's fantastic. Last time we had 3 winners, so let's
Keep
shoot
it up.
Let's shoot for 4.
That is great.
Yeah.
Man. Don't forget, the Panthers are going to be on Real Radio this year at first. Last couple of years we had them for the playoffs, but this year we're getting them all the time. We gave away tickets for opening night, which is Tuesday.
Yep.
Opening night Tuesday.
And that's when they're going to have their whole ceremony and do the whole dropping down of the flag. But then they take away the Stanley Cup from them.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they say this is the last time they're going to have it in their possession.
Oh, that sucks.
Yes.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that Tuesday night. Oh, damn. All right.
Well, you
check.
can see it Tuesday night.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
That's going to be the last time you'll see it with them in their possession. It's Tuesday night for the home
That's
opener.
it. Well, Tuesday
Against
night.
the Bruins, but that's going to be a good game.
Oh, it is. It definitely is going to be a good game.
Match. What do we call it? I don't know.
Yeah, so hopefully they can repeat. We don't know if they will or not, but we'll see what happens. But first time ever they're champs in 30 years. So, again, the first time they got it in their corner, which is great. So the story broke the other day on Monday Night Football. Dom, I know you have something of it, but it's changed a little, like a lot of things. Like Franny just said, you can't believe everything you read, because when it first came out, it looked so bad for this quarterback. So what happened, Dom?
So we had the Tennessee playing Miami.
The backup quarterback.
Yep. And Mason Rudolph was in some girl's DMs. He slid in some girl's DMs, and it looked like it was during the game because it said on the video. It shows 2 minutes ago. And what did you think of the girl?
She's hot.
Yeah,
blonde.
Yep.
Yeah, she's easy on the eyes.
Well, when people look further into it, the girl's actually a former NFL cheerleader.
Mm-hmm.
And if you actually stop the post and focus on the post, it was a screen grab from previous.
Yeah,
so,
that's the
So
thing.
it wasn't real.
It wasn't real.
So somebody just kind of AI generated it or photoshopped it. Or
No,
what?
it was real, but from
months ago.
Oh, okay.
But it came out bad for him. It looked like
Yep.
he's getting ready for a game, and he ended up playing 2 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Rudolph, and helped the Tennessee Titans win. And when it first broke, again, you don't get the whole story. You just get a little dupes and dats, and people talk about it. It seemed like he was on the bench, like D and M, and her, like, "Hey, what are you doing later?"
Yeah.
And
where you staying?
Yeah, and then it broke where he was a couple months ago. And it wasn't at the same time. But when it first broke, it sounded so bad. Because people were saying, like, what the hell is he doing with his phone on the sidelines? And some of them do have their phone on the sidelines. They sneak it. They're not supposed to.
Oh, they're not supposed to have them at all?
No, not on
Okay.
the sidelines. I mean, that's the rule I've always heard. But yeah, when it first came out, it looked bad for him. And he had a good game. I mean, he helped the Titans beat the Dolphins. He came in off the bench. He wasn't really prepared because the starting quarterback got hurt. And he played pretty good. But then when that story came out, people were talking about it. I heard it from a lot of people. You believe this kid's DMing her? And like Franny just said, you got to look into everything. And a lot of stuff you see with AI and different things that go on, it's just not true. I mean, you see a lot of different press conferences where they show Caitlin Clark one time slamming other people on our team and different players in the NFL, basketball, and it's not them. It's scary because you see it, and our mind's triggered to think that anything we see is true. Like it's live, it's true, it just happened. But a lot of times it's not. So before you go and tell everybody or say things, make sure you check all your stuff. Same thing with this girl. Now, it worked out good for this girl because she got a lot of notoriety that nobody really knew who she was. Actually.
Yeah. It turns out her boyfriend, the guy that is in the video, he works for Jake Paul, his media company. So I think it was like a ploy kind of to get them both a little more famous.
Yeah, to do that.
To make her a little bit more famous?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely to help her. There's no doubt about it. And again, if he slides into her DMs, I mean, during this time, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what people do all the time. He probably didn't know she had a boyfriend or whatever. She was married. It's a little different. But yeah, it's one of the things today.
And he's 100% single? We know this?
I believe he's single.
Okay.
I believe he's single. I know he's not married. That I know. But I think he is single. But yeah, I mean, you could just slide into somebody's DMs and be like, hey, what's going on? Happy Rosh Hashanah.
Well, it says, are you still in Miami?
For Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, okay.
He was getting ready for the holiday. Again, just had a $1,000 winner. So hats off to that. Congratulations. We're going to try to get him on the air today or tomorrow. Talk about him and what is he going to do with that $1,000? What would you do with $1,000 right now?
Probably book a vacation of some sort. Probably go to another UFC fight.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, you're really into that. Man, some good stories about Dana White gambling I heard the other night. One of my buddies who crossed paths with him, and he loves to bet. Oh, my God. He goes on a vacation and he brings a dealer from Caesars with him on his boat.
On his yacht, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Italy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wherever he goes, even on his planes, he brings an actual dealer from one of the casinos.
Well, it must be his dude. Maybe that's his lucky dealer or something.
No, I think he brings different guys.
Every time it's not the same one?
No, it's not the same.
Yeah, he just wants to be able to play.
Yeah, he just wants to be able to play blackjack, and he brings different dealers with him wherever he goes. I mean, that's strong. Man, I got to tell you, Oscar De La Hoya, too, he's another one. He's on social media with his stuff. And the stuff that they say about each other, that they come out, wow, it's brutal.
They don't like each other at all.
No, they do not like each other. And they really hit below the belt. I mean, Oscar, when he got caught dressing. And
he was at the fight. He was at the Sphere, Oscar.
Did you see him?
I mean, I didn't see him there, but I know he was there.
Yeah, he's at all the fights. He does a great promo. He's got a great Golden Boy Promotions. I mean, they did something big. I think him and Dana White got into it because he was going to get into, MMA, and he didn't want him to, and he was saying he didn't, he doesn't really pay his fighters great, and he was going to give another opportunity. They used to be friends, but no more. Now they're not.
Yep.
But yeah, they say some brutal stuff about each other. I mean, just talk about Dana White hitting his wife, and just I was like, wow, my God. That's brutal stuff.
Low shots.
Oh, yeah, really low. Yeah, you can call us. You can text us at Real Radio 47142. If you didn't hear, there was a major strike on the docks between Maine and Florida. That started yesterday, and that will definitely affect us in some way. I don't think it'll be, I don't know about shortages, but it's definitely going to affect the price. Hopefully it can get resolved sooner than later. But that's going on from Maine to Florida, and that is a big, big thing. On the West Coast, they had the same thing, but that thing got resolved, so we don't have to worry about it on the West Coast. But for us, it is going on from Maine to Florida. It's not a good situation. Hopefully they could all work it out. The unions get involved, and they doesn't affect us and the prices. And it doesn't last long either, because, again, when these guys are in strike, they're not getting paid. So hopefully it could all work out, and everybody's happy, and they figure it all out, and everybody gets their money and their jobs back. But it definitely could affect us. Before you know it, it is Halloween. We did talk about Uber. They will deliver a costume to your house now. And we talked about that where, some people thought it was lazy. Some people said it was convenience. What did you think?
I think it's convenient.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't got the time and you just want to order something, you can find exactly what you want or your exact size. Because they vary a little bit, the
it's
size
tough to buy
there.
stuff online. The reason I'm saying is because I know some girl who was telling me she was doing it online, getting a costume. I said, man, that is unbelievable. You don't even have to leave your house now for anything. You just don't. You just sit there, go online, and you bang it out, and you figure it out. Miami Dolphins, a lot of problems right now. They went from Super Bowl contenders to people saying they're one of the worst teams in the league in a short period, doing terrible without Tua. don't have a good record without him, don't score a lot of points. They're even talking about the coach getting fired after they get him an extension. These are all rumors out there. Tariq Hill, does he want to get traded back to the Chiefs? So many things flying out. They're in New England this weekend, so hopefully they can get a W there and quiet everybody down. Because once they get a win, then everything will be okay. And people will be like, all right, everything's cool. The Jets are in London. That's going to be 9:30 on Sunday morning, and remember that if you're a Jet fan. And the Mets today, they need a win. The Mets win, they advance. They lost last night to the Brewers, so they got Game 5 today with the Brewers. I do like the Mets. I think they bounce back, and I think they'll get into the next round. We did have a $1,000 winner, which is awesome on Real Radio with the keyword. So when you get that keyword, it's just not hype. It works. We had 3 winners last time, and this is the first week we already got a winner. That is amazing. You guys are doing it. Let's go for 4 this time. Last time we had 3. Let's go for 4, which would be awesome. 877-927-6969. If you want to give us a call, you can. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Tomorrow we'll be at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Week 5 of Greek Gridiron. Stop by, enjoy a great cheeseburger or any of the food they have. Maybe get a Tito's on us. Play against me 7 games. It's going to be the NFL in college like we always do, and it's another week. And we're going to announce the extra prize for the grand prize tomorrow. We were going to do it last week, but I figured we'd wait for Frandy to come back and let her to announce it. It is the Greek.
I don't even know what it is. I have no idea.
I don't either. I'll figure it out. No, I know. I'll tell you.
I'm out of the loop too.
It is Greek, Francis, and Dominic doing a bang-up job. Any regrets so far taking the job?
No.
Okay.
I like because G-Man was here. You were sick yesterday, but Dom started making himself at home. I noticed you're doing a little clean out.
Yeah.
I cleaned it out.
You're like, this is going to be my new home, so I got to get all this stuff out and put my stuff in. I
Yeah,
like it.
that's awesome. I think you're doing a great job. Make it your own. We talked about that today. You got the TV up there, which is nice. It's cool. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. We'll come back with a lot more in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
Good evening. This is the Fox 8 6 o'clock news. I'm Neil McNeil.
And I'm Natalie Wilson.
His name's Neil McNeil?
Neil McNeil is his name.
He is the human version of Bodie McBoatface.
Neil McNeil.
I don't even know what this report's about anymore. I can't stop thinking about Neil McNeil.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One,
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu beginning Monday.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
see the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu beginning Monday.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Stalled vehicle on the turnpike southbound of Boynton Beach Boulevard has moved to the right shoulder. Watch for slow travel on the turnpike between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Jog Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250 keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny, and fall is here, and that means shopping season. So if you need extra cash and ready to sell your car, then you got to check out GimmeTheVin.com. Get top dollar for used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com. They're 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau and pay more than their competitors. If they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. It's fast, pressure-free, and they'll even pick up your car for free. Visit GimmeTheVin.com today and get your check on the spot.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your retirement is closer than you think. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And it could be even better if you have a plan and goals. Every day when you wake up, you got a goal. You got to get to your job on time and do your job. Well, Trajan Wealth can help you with your goals and planning for your future. Stop in their offices today in West Palm Beach, and they'll figure out a plan and goals that you can enjoy retirement and enjoy South Florida. Whether it's playing golf, whether it's hanging out, maybe smoking a cigar, or just being with your friends and family, Trajan Wealth can help you. Offices in West Palm Beach. Call them today, 561-390-1000. All the football teams that win usually have a plan and a goal. You need a goal, too. Get in the huddle with Trajan Wealth. Call them today at 561-390-1000. 561-390-1000. Peace. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor, paid advertisement.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach.
This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure.
Next in line, please.
So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. With 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
Do you like that gift wrap?
Really ties it all together. Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible. It's happening. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 10/27/24. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 300 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control. Because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up! Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hello? You gotta get your story straight. What an idiot. Get it through your noodle. Don't give a rat's behind. That's baloney.
A new era begins.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
Check your local listing to watch Judy Justice. Out now.
Real Radio weather.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. A coastal shower chance through this morning, otherwise warm and humid with a mix of sun and clouds through the day and the chance for an inland thunderstorm this afternoon. Temperatures today will return to the upper 80s and low 90s.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game. I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
Greek Trifecta is sponsored by Jason Weiser, attorney at law.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Thursday. Again, congratulations to our winner. We had a $1,000 winner with the keyword. You can be next. Get the keyword when Rover gives it to you and run, Forrest, run, and get that $1,000. And who doesn't want $1,000? Come on, put $1,000 in your hand that you didn't have. You are excited. Dominic's in the house.
Hey there.
Francis is here.
What's up?
And let's go with our first trifecta of the day.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
Maybe you didn't notice, but the baseball playoffs are going on right now, and the Mets need to win tonight. Game 3. Let's go, Mets. Game 3 as they take on the Brewers. Advancing is the Tigers. My God, they were 11 games out in August. What an unbelievable story. Royals, another big underdog. And the Padres. Padres take on the Dodgers, and they're the one team that maybe can dethrone the Dodgers. And 13 times this season, they beat them 8. Thursday Night Football on Amazon, by the way. Atlanta Falcons against the Saints. Falcons only -1. Ooh, little Fugazi line with the Falcons being home.
You have -1. I have ESPN with -2 right here.
What do you have?
-2.
All right, -2 then. And by the way, Chick-fil-A will be open tonight because it is.
Nice.
So that's
not a
good.
Sunday.
It's not a Sunday. So you guys
See,
can
it's there for a reason.
Yeah, it's there for a reason. Again, division game. This little crazy game. I got to be honest with you. Thursday night. I don't know. Atlanta against Tampa. It's going to be a very good game. Tampa is 3-1. Dolphins' major issues. It's so unbelievable how quick the wheels fell off on this team. Everybody was talking about them. Another big injury yesterday. Their defensive end, who was out last year, is now out for the season again. It's just not good for the Dolphins. And it's only October. Rumors about Tyreek Hill being traded, the coach McDaniel being fired, so many things. The GM, did I need to blow up the team? Just in disarray. But a win will fix all that. And Sunday, they are home against the New England Patriots. Hopefully, they can get a win. That is one of the games on Greek's Gridiron, which will be live tomorrow at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Peace.
You want to do this day in history?
Of course. I was going to say, over to Franny.
On this day in history.
All right, well, here we are, October 3rd, this day in history, and we are going to go back not too far, 79 years ago, 1945, a 10-year-old Elvis Aaron Presley. Did you know that was his middle name, Aaron?
You know, I've heard it before, but I wouldn't have known if you asked me.
Yep, at 10 years old, made his first public appearance in a talent show at the Mississippi-Alabama Dairy Show, where he won 5th place. Did anyone he got 5th place? Yeah, he said he won 5th place.
That's right.
73 years ago, 1951, Bobby Thompson of the New York Giants hit the shot heard around the world, a 3-run homer in the bottom of the 9th of the final game in a 3-game playoff against the Brooklyn Dodgers at the time. With that hit, the Giants won the pennant. 69 years ago, 1955, and I remember this must have been in syndication because I clearly was not around in 1959. Captain Kangaroo, starring Bob Keeshan, debuted on CBS. So the fine show featured Bunny Rabbit, Grandfather Clock, Mr. Moose, and of course, Mr. Green Jeans. Do you remember Captain Kangaroo at all, John?
No, I don't.
They didn't syndicate it when you were a kiddo?
Nope.
69 years ago, I know a lot of us remember this, the original 1955, the Mickey Mouse Club premiered on ABC.
Was Brittany on it?
Not from 1955, no.
Okay.
When the show was, that was Annie and what the two from the Mickey Mouse Club, and they were a couple, and they did all the
Ned Funicello.
And
Frank Galvin.
Yeah, there we go. And they did all the movies together, like the surfing movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't they from the OG Mickey Mouse Club?
I think you're right. I'm not 100% sure, but I think
they were.
Yeah, I think they were first too.
They said when the show was revived in the 90s, it launched the careers of not only Britney Spears, Ryan Gosling, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Kerry Russell, and of course, Britney Spears. Lots of people came from that 1990s Mickey Mouse Club, right?
Wow, that's huge.
Uh-huh.
What a lineup.
67 years ago, 1957. I was going to try to do my best.
Woody Woodpecker? That's not bad. At least I knew it.
The Woody Woodpecker Show debuted on ABC. Then we have 63 years ago, 1961, Nashville's Country Music Hall of Fame elected Jimmy Rogers, Hank Williams, and Fred Rose as its first members. Another cartoon that I do remember, obviously syndicated 60 years ago, 1964, Underdog debuted on NBC. Underdog, yes.
Good to bet them in the NFL this year.
50 years ago, 1974, Frank Robinson became Major League Baseball's first black manager when he took over the Cleveland Indians.
Yep.
Then we have 42 years ago, 1982, a guy from Detroit named Scott Weiland ran the Detroit Marathon backwards in 4 hours and 7 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's insane.
Backwards.
People forwards can't run it that much time.
I don't think I could do it in my car.
He ran it backwards.
That's amazing.
Right? 40 years ago, 1984. Wow, 40 years ago. Charles in Charge debuted on CBS with Scott Baio. 32 years ago, 1992. Something else. It's like, man, because I remember watching this. Sinead O'Connor tore up that picture of Pope John Paul
Saturday Night
II
Live.
on SNL.
Yeah, she got banned for life.
While saying, fight's the real enemy. Yep, because NBC got more than 1,000 calls protesting. Which really doesn't sound like that much compared to how many calls people get all the time. But
we get more a week here.
Mm-hmm. But they said, ironically, Sinead O'Connor had canceled a previously scheduled appearance on SNL because she found the comedy of Andrew Dice Clay offensive, remember?
Yeah.
2 weeks later, she was booed off the stage during a Bob Dylan tribute at Madison Square Garden.
Yo! Andrew Dice
32 years ago, October 3rd, Bill Gates, college dropout, co-founder of Microsoft, headed the Forbes 400 list of the richest Americans for the first time with a net worth of $6.3 billion. You want to know what his fortune is currently?
Oh, he's a gazillionaire.
You want to guess? He was $6.3 billion back 32 years ago.
God, I don't know.
See, he's probably like, look, you don't have to go to college.
400 billion?
You want to guess?
I would say probably 100 billion.
You were closest, Don. 106.6 billion.
And he went through, did he go through a bad divorce or am I mistaken?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
29 years ago, 1995, the jury in the O.J. Simpson murder trial found O.J. innocent of the slayings of his former wife, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. Went out when the jury found him innocent.
I thought it was like in September. I didn't know it was October.
26 years ago, 1998, Roddy McDowell died of cancer at 70. He starred as both Caesar and Cornelius in the original Planet of the Apes movies. Then we have 21 years ago, 2003, Roy Horn, half of the Magic team, Siegfried and Roy, was nearly killed on stage by one of his white tigers.
That was
21 years ago.
That seems like, that seems like that was longer.
Really? Not to me. Montecore bit him in the neck during the show.
He was never
They
the
said
same.
the bites severed an artery and caused a stroke.
Yeah.
Which left him partially paralyzed.
Yeah, it was never the same.
And then finally, 13 years ago, October 3rd, 2011, convicted American murderer Amanda Cox had her sentence overturned in an Italian court. She was retried, reconvicted, and sentenced to 28 and a half years. But in 2015, Italy's Supreme Court finally acquitted her. And there you go. 4 things that happened October 3rd, this day in history.
Thank you, Franny. Great job. As always, we do it once a show. We reflect on the day you're actually in, and maybe it jars your memory. Like the OJ thing, I think people always remember where they were when the verdict came out. If you're, an age that you were around. Maybe you weren't even born yet. I don't know. But I think a lot of people think of that day like, where was it? And same thing with the chase when it started.
Yeah. So, G-Man, you mentioned the strike going on with the U.S. dock workers here on the East Coast. And if you're wondering, like, hey, where's the toilet paper? Because people are silly. And
are they already doing that?
Yeah, they're starting to panic buy again because of this dock strike. And it's prompting people to do that. Strike has closed down ports along the East Coast, Gulf of Mexico, leaving thousands of shipping containers on the docks. Ships remain idling offshore while there are reports that some retailers are seeing a greater demand for things like paper products and disinfectant sprays. The supply chain issue, they said, will not affect toilet paper products or milk since they are produced in the U.S. So people don't do their research and a lot of them come from Mexico and Canada, so they don't even need to come through the ports.
Yeah.
But people just in their mind panic and they're like, oh my God, we're not going to have any toilet paper. They're like, we will. Calm down. Other things we may have issues with, including bananas, a lot of fruits they're saying are coming through reports, even alcohol. Excuse me.
Uh-oh.
Well, if it's made here in the good old USFA, like Tito's handmade vodka, you're fine.
Yeah.
But other alcohols, so that's it. But don't lose your mind, and people always do. And there have been reports where they're going to the grocery store and already seeing the shelves are cleared out of TP and paper towels. And they're like, there's no good reason for this. You guys are being stupid.
Yeah, get educated, read, look it up, find out somebody, talk to somebody. Like Franny said, it's made here, so there's going to be no shortage. So you don't have to go out, run out and get, paper towels.
They said U.S. and 10% largely comes from Canada, Mexico too. So guess what? Those come through trains and trucks, not on boats.
And so we're fine.
Yeah.
And then some of them, maybe the Dolphins go up to New England, get some toilet paper, bring it back. I mean, we're in good shape. Don't worry about it.
But yes, I know you love bananas, G-Man, you may want to stock up because the ports do affect about 75% of America's banana supply. That's a lot.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So stock up on your nanners.
Man, you can't buy them at the gas stations
expensive.
anymore. Always a great talking piece when you meet a girl at the gas station. Hey, what do you think of these bananas? 877-927-6969. We had a winner yesterday, $1,000. Get that keyword. You could be the winner. Now, I know Franny had something, interesting story, because people, when they're out and about and they see fortune cookies, they're like, ooh, man.
We don't necessarily see them. You get them.
Yeah. Well, they get excited.
Hey, look, I got a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
And when you order Chinese food, a lot of time, whether you're at the restaurant or it's takeout delivery, you get a fortune cookie with it.
I like to make them up. I wish I could.
I'm not a fan of the taste of fortune cookies, so I normally just toss mine.
Yeah.
And I should open them up and maybe get myself some lottery numbers. But I love this. So there is a BuzzFeed, and people are taking pictures of the weirdest things that they have received on a fortune cookie, and this is legit thing. So somebody was like, this is kind of bold thing for a fortune cookie to say, don't you think? So somebody took a picture of their fortune cookie and it says, seek help from professionals trained in mental health care.
Wow.
I was like, what are you trying to say?
Nice. You need help.
Oh my God. This one, it's like, really? Thank you for being so insightful. Your finances will be a key to your financial future. All right.
I imagine
Makes
if you could
sense.
write
Great
them up.
help.
I would love to write them. And then put them in the cookie, and then like somebody gets it. Your spouse is looking elsewhere. Dun dun dun.
Well, you can. There's companies that you can custom make fortune cookies.
Yeah.
And order them and put whatever messages you want. So you can mess with people. It would be fun. This is a bunch. So we'll go through one. This one. They said the person even wrote this. Like, I gotta hand it to him. The fortune is 100% true, but the fortune says you are not illiterate. They're like, okay, cool. I'm not. Clearly. I love this one because you always say, have you ever heard that when people say after you eat Chinese food, you'll be hungry an hour later?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the fortune says you'll be hungry again in 1 hour.
Nice.
Oh, it's correct then.
So just stay there.
One person's fortune just says life's difficult.
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see if you guys have anything. Let us know if you've ever received something because there are some really fun ones here. Somebody's fortune says, if you think nobody cares if you're alive, try missing a couple of car payments.
It's awesome.
Yeah, this is...
Don't pay your mortgage for a month. See what happens. Or your rent.
Somebody else's, and this is a true statement, says dogs have owners. Cats have staff.
Ooh.
If you have cats, you know. They do. Let's see, what else do we have?
You think cats are harder to maintain than dogs?
No, but they're just very uppity is what they say. And it's just like, yeah.
Have you ever had a cat?
They're like, you're my servant. Yes, my ex-husband and I had a couple of cats.
Really? Mm-hmm. Did you find them to be that way?
No, they were easy breezy. We took them in from my sister, so I was already familiar with them, and they were a little older too. But But yes. No.
Dom, you ever have a cat?
No cats for me. Never had one.
But you have the dog now.
Yep.
Rover?
Nope.
Ronald?
Nope.
Romeo?
Close.
What is it?
Romo.
Not bad. I got thinking of Cowboys.
It took you 3 tries.
It's not bad. It's not like I'm on a date with it. Hey, I got that girl's name right finally. I talked to her yesterday, and she's like, wow, Greek, you have my name right. I said, yeah, well, I'm going to make a conscious effort to get people's names right.
This sounds like one of your parting words in this one. We're talking about weird fortune cookies people got. If a turtle doesn't have a shell, is it naked or homeless? Ponder on that one.
That's true. Is it naked
Or homeless? Can it be both? Can it be both?
I think so.
Yeah. I would say homeless.
Okay.
I would say homeless. No, I would say the other one, actually. I would say the other one. Yeah, fortune cookies. If you ever got one that you were like, what the hell is this? And a lot of people take the numbers on the back and they play them in the lottery all the time. Not that it means anything, but people do it. They just say for blanks and giggles, I'll try it.
Like if you got this one, would you? Because this is kind of weird. One says it would be best to maintain a low profile for now. And you're like, why are you telling me to like what's going to happen
at work or personal life?
Yes.
Some people believe them, just like horoscopes.
I love this. Borrow money from a pessimist. They don't expect it back.
Nice.
There you go.
There you go. Give me 10 G's.
Hey, Greek.
All right. I love it. This one, Fortune Cookie says, it's about time. This one says, about time I got out of that cookie.
Wow.
The fortune. Yeah, so there's some funny ones here.
They are funny. There are some that you see every once in a while that you get. You'll be like, "Oh man, I can't believe it!" And you usually share whoever who you're with. You'll tell somebody like, "Hey, check this out. Look what I got." And then you get positive ones too. Like tomorrow's going to be your day. Somebody's going to enter your life and change it for the better. Somebody's going to enter your life and take all your money. Something like that. So I talked about this story. A good buddy of mine is remarrying his wife, and they've been divorced for like 7-8 years. And I just found it so interesting. I'm happy for them. I think they're going to make it, the second time around. They have 3 kids, which I think is nice. But this article I read, I think 7% of people who divorce somebody remarry the person. I think that's a high number, like 7%. That's pretty high. Because when you get divorced, you're basically saying that's it. It's done.
Yeah,
and
that's what that means.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you're going to remarry the person. Now, again, like my buddy, his situation's 8 years later. He dated a lot of girls. She dated a lot of men, whatever, and they ended up being back. But they were always close. That was the one thing. So I wasn't surprised. They went on vacations together with their children. Their kids now are in their 20s. And I'm happy for everybody because, ultimately as a child, you always want your parents back together. That's like something in your mind. Kids don't want to admit it, but it is true. Even if they move on, you're always like, I wish mom and dad. So for his 3, and I know them, sir, so happy. I actually could see it on their faces when I saw them last week at a restaurant, like just how happy they were. But do you think that's a high percentage? I thought 7% is a lot. And 30% of those people will get divorced again. Wow. I was like, wow. So that's pretty big. 7% will remarry somebody again. I think most people would be like, no way would I remarry my ex. Because I hear always so much anger toward their ex. But when you have kids, I think it's different. Because you stay in contact, and things happen. And then you hear those stories that every once in a while people are actually friends and you go through stuff in your life, they go through stuff in their life. And maybe, you can, be good communicators and talk. But I thought that number was high as 6 or 7%. That's a lot of people to marry somebody again. I guess anything could happen.
Anything could happen, for sure.
I mean, it's true. Like I said, my buddy told me, he goes, I got a new girl. And I'm like, oh, who now? And he was like, I'm going back with my wife. I'm like, get out.
What do they say? Time heals all wounds, and maybe there's something that happened that you were just like, I will never forgive them. I will never. And then you go through a divorce, and then time goes by, and you realize that the grass isn't always greener, and you forgive. You may not forget, but you do forgive.
Well, I'm happy for him. Like I said, congratulations. If it makes you happy and you're doing it, you know what? It can't be that bad. I think there was a song about that.
Yeah, that was from Sheryl Crow.
Was it? Was Sheryl Crow the one to do that? It is the Penthouse on a Thursday, getting ready for another weekend of football. Canes are going out to California.
Yeah, I know. That's going to be a late game. My husband was like, you know what time the Canes game is on? He's like, it's after 10 o'clock. I was like, why? And he said, because it's in California.
Yeah.
I was like, that is late.
There was a couple morning shows I listened to today who didn't understand why the Canes were playing California. And I was like, because now the California's in the ACC. So they're in their conference, so that's why they have to play them. They didn't schedule.
Somebody wants, speaking of football, tell Greek the Dolphins play the Patriots in New England, not in Miami. That's what somebody texts, 47142. Started off with Real Radio. Let's see. I'm almost 60, and years before social media, my mother would always say, don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. Wisest words. And that's probably speaking of, they said wisest words I ever got from her. Speaking of, when I was talking about my dogs, I looked up some stuff online. But yeah, it's hard. Like, even people when they feel sick, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like you Google your symptoms all the time. I follow a lot of golden retriever and bulldog groups, and people will post pictures and be like, oh, my dog has these 2 bumps. What do you think it is? And everyone's like, take him to the vet. We're all not doctors.
Yeah.
And they always do. Or, oh, my dog is limping. What should I do? Take him to the vet. People just think that everybody has the answers for them.
Yep.
And it's just, no. Listen, we are not all professionals here.
Nobody
medical
is.
professionals.
Yeah, that's what you do. You
Take them to the ones who are.
Yeah, I mean, my doctor always used to tell me that. He'd be like, if you have any ailment, don't look it up on the internet. You're going to get something that might not even be true.
Yes.
It's a generic thing sometimes that people just throw out there, and people get nervous. They read it, and they're like, oh, my God, I got 3 weeks to live.
Yep.
What am I going to do?
47142, that's the text line, started off with Real Radio. Says, my favorite fortune cookie said, that wasn't chicken.
Wow. Oh, no.
Oh, goodness. And
Awesome.
we have, let's see, OJ trial, or remember my choir teacher rolling in the TV so we could watch the OJ verdict. I was a senior in high school at the time. That's from Sarah B.
A lot of people, I remember saying
Yeah.
that when they were in school. TVs being rolled in and everything like that, and checking it out. And the reaction of everybody, which was unbelievable. I remember the chase. I was at the Knicks game. It was the NBA Finals. And everybody was looking at the little TV. I'll never forget it. And we had the Knicks, actually. We were betting on the Knicks against Houston. And it just was crazy because obviously the murders were like a week before that. And then next thing you know, you heard he was on the freeway in the Ford Bronco. Pete Rose passed away a couple days ago, and supposedly a lot of his stuff that he signed is gone up in value. I'm not surprised. I do have a ball. I don't know what it's worth. We'll try to get Steve from Palm Beach Autographs on over the weekend, talk to him, see what he says about it. But if you have anything Pete Rose signed...
Yeah, we said that was going to happen, right?
Yeah,
I don't think any of us are surprised by that.
No, hold on to it, because I know, again, we bring it up because Pete Rose was local, as far as he had a restaurant here for a long, long time. And a lot of people knew him or got the chance to meet him, obviously. But if you have any of his stuff,
Here, I
could
found
be...
one thing in particular. Where was this? Was on TMZ. They said, of course, Rice isn't a death, but they say there's a 63 rookie card, and they say this is the holy grail if you have one of those.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, his rookie card, forget it. Woof. Unbelievable. It seems like he's getting a little bit more better press right now, Pete. It just seems like that when somebody passes away, a lot more nice stories than the bad ones. I think it's hard to talk bad about somebody who's not here, to me. I mean, that's pretty tough. And the things I'm seeing on Instagram and the news and radio, I'm hearing stories, or TV, seem to be all positive stories about him and what he, obviously he accomplished on the field, which is amazing. He had a lot of knowledge with baseball. It was a shame the last 20 years he couldn't be around baseball. That's what a lot of people are saying about even hitting and tips he would give people and stuff like that. But he really couldn't do anything because baseball didn't want him. He was banned. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday, getting ready for a weekend of football. We'll be at the Crazy Horse tomorrow. Franny, we got some Florida stories. What is in the hopper?
Oh, we got a lot of crazy things, including a very, very close call with a bullet that went through somebody's apartment. Then I think this might have been the slowest pursuit. Talk about O.J. Simpson. This person beats how slow they were going.
Oh, really?
Trying to get away from the cops. And when I see these stories, I'm like, why is there even a pursuit? Why don't they just
run down the tracks?
Sticks or just do whatever?
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't get it. But I have that, and then I have another guy who made I have two actually Walmart stories. One made Walmart his home, and I have other stories coming your way, and you're with Florida on Real Radio 92.1.
What's a Real Radio podcast? It's Real Radio on demand. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green, and Finer.
After your car accident, we put money in your pocket or you pay us nothing. Steinger, Green, and Finer. 1-800-561-1111.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm in Miami.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
A stalled vehicle on the turnpike southbound of Boynton Beach Boulevard has moved to the right shoulder. Watch for slow travel on the turnpike between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Jog Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hertz.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Time with family, laughs with friends, and cash back. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with cash back match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, it's Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game booths available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer bucket specials during every live game. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Monday night, that's where you need to watch football. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open with the beautiful ladies and a 5-star restaurant. Get over to Monroe's today. They make a good night a great night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Come on out to the Vero Bowl this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football watch party of the season as Miami takes on New England. Great food and drink specials, including $3 Miller Lite drafts during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Vero Bowl Lounge and Lanes, 929 14th Lane in Vero Beach. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, Royal Palm Plaza, and Boca Raton. This is a place you'll love soon as you walk in. Great humidor with great selections, a patio that's unbelievable to enjoy football and all sports, and live music on the weekends. It's Strike Cigar Lounge and Royal Palm Plaza. Also, a sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. We're there in the Penthouse every other Friday during football season. Strike Cigar Lounge, my number one recommendation, to have a cigar with a friend and just relax and enjoy South Florida. Puff, puff, baby. Peace.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections, and I'm committed to the integrity and accuracy of our elections. Election Day is November 5th. To vote in the 2024 general election, you have to be registered by Monday, October 7th. Registering is easy, and you can do so online at www.registertovoteflorida.gov, by mail or in person at any one of our 4 offices or a voter registration agency. Your vote is your voice, and we're here to make it count. Sponsored by the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? Don Jr. here to tell you that every day the IRS is sending out thousands of lien notices to hardworking Americans like yourself. As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Call Tax Network USA, and their team of licensed tax professionals can help you solve your tax matters once and for all.
Call Tax Network USA at 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
from the Gordon & Partners Weather Center. Have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. A coastal shower chance through this morning, otherwise warm and humid with a mix of sun and clouds through the day and the chance for an inland thunderstorm this afternoon. Temperatures today will return to the upper 80s and low 90s.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our Jackson locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword BILLS at realradio921.com. That's BILLS. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Welcome back in to the Penthouse. Thank you so much for tuning in on a little Friday morning. And hopefully you were just listening because Rover from our morning show, Rover's Morning Glory, just gave you a keyword. We call it Red Zone Revenue. That keyword can get you $1,000. You take the keyword and you enter it to realradio921.com. I believe the keyword is bills. Am I correct, Dom?
You are, with an S at the end.
There we go. Bills. BILLS. If you missed it, there you go. This is Franny. Good morning to you. Good morning, Dom.
Good morning, Franny.
And good morning to Great. Oh, no, he's not there.
Nope.
It's time for us to get into some Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
All right, well, let's start with a couple Walmart stories. How about that?
I love Walmart.
I know you do. Your favorite store there.
Christmas shopping starts again.
There is a Flagler County man arrested after attacking deputies who had contacted him to go pick up his kid because his kid was trespassing at a local Walmart. So officers responded to multiple reports of a group of juveniles causing disturbances, all under the age of 16. They were seen riding bikes through the store, yelling, cursing at customers, just acting like a bunch of jackasses. And not just that, not only were they riding their bikes through the store and yelling at customers, they were setting off car alarms.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, they were just being terrible little kids, little punks. So deputies later found the group of these kids and recognized several of the teens and contacted their parents outside the Walmart. So one of the parents, 34-year-old Jonah Harrington from Palm Coast, arrived at the scene and immediately started confronting the law enforcement. Not his kid, not like, how dare you do this? Like, went at law enforcement. They said he ran up to the deputy, shoved him.
Uh-oh.
Two other deputies tried to detain him. That's when he struck one of the officers on the hand, resisted their efforts of a third deputy to secure him in handcuffs. Ignoring commands to cooperate, he attempted to flee but was quickly apprehended after a brief struggle. Now I wonder where his kid gets it from.
Yeah. Good point, Franny.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be in the same cell.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. Sheriff Rick Staley commented on the incident, saying the apple does not fall far from the tree. And I will be back in a second.
Don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be at the Crazy Horse Saloon. That is for Greek's Gridiron 10 to 2, Franny and I. It is week 5 for Greek's Gridiron. If you play and you beat me, you get a $125 gift card to New York Prime. But then you get the grand prize, which is 3 nights at the Hard Rock Hotel. $200 gift card to the Council Oak, which is awesome. A golf cart, which is unbelievable for an H&H Golf Carts. A box of Vega Fina cigars. And if that's not enough, we're throwing in one more thing, another big grand prize that Franny will tell you about tomorrow.
I don't know what that prize is, but yes.
You don't have to know. I'll tell you tomorrow. But yeah, all that tomorrow at the Crazy Horse. Stop by. Great food. You'll have a great time. You can watch the games there. No matter what they're on, it's always on at the Crazy Horse.
All right. Sorry about that. Dealing with a little bit of a puppy emergency. So next up in your What the Florida, we will stay at Walmart if you want to. But this one's on the roof.
Once I go in, I can't get
This is on the roof of Walmart. You think, all right, if you're going to make yourself at home somewhere, you'd probably go like inside where the bedding is and stuff, get real comfortable like. But a Cape Coral man was arrested after deputies say they found him sleeping on the roof of a Fort Myers Walmart. And not only was he just like hanging out sleeping, he had a gun in his hand. Daniel Ray Rios is now facing a charge of trespassing. They said that deputies responded to Walmart because people were like, hey, I think there's a guy sleeping on the roof.
It's like the hangover.
Yeah. Well, when deputies arrived, employee told them he was checking the air conditioning unit after Hurricane Helene went by, and he noticed a man sleeping on the roof.
That's crazy.
So deputies say they made their way to the roof and found Rios taking a nap. But he was taking a nap with a revolver in his hands. They said that Rios was on the roof the night before to ride out the storm. I feel like, I don't know if that's the best place. I mean, yeah.
If you're homeless,
if you're worried about flooding, yeah.
On the roof?
Well, I'm saying if you're worried about flooding, maybe, but with the winds and everything else, I don't know if the roof is the best place.
Have you ever done that, Dom? Stand on the roof of Walmart?
Oh, no. Beer back, actually.
A little different.
And so I guess he also he said he had the gun in his hand just in case, because he was there, just in case people like wanted to take up his spot too. He's like, this is my place. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He still got arrested. Then next up in your What the Florida, scary situation happened. Florida woman has been arrested after firing a shot through an apartment, nearly hitting a sleeping woman. Jennifer Ong faces charges of shooting into an unoccupied dwelling and using a firearm while under the influence of alcohol. They said she fired a shot from her apartment, and then they said that they went straight through her apartment into the victim's apartment. They were asleep when they were startled by a loud bang. The bullet struck a pillow where one of the victims had been lying, narrowly missing her. The pillow that she was lying on, it struck it.
Oh, you want to talk about luck? My God, thank God.
Yep.
Woo. That shows you got a lot more to do in this earth.
Oh, my God.
Go play lotto.
Uh-huh.
Go play lotto.
Jennifer admitted to consuming alcohol before the incident, and she was arrested.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, you can't just drink and start shooting guns everywhere. And then finally here, yes, could this be the slowest pursuit? This happened Flagler County once again. Deputies found themselves in a highly unusual pursuit where a man led them on what they called possibly the slowest chase in FCSO history. They said crawling along US 1 at just 3 miles per hour. The incident began, 3 miles per hour. The incident began when 33-year-old Colin McNary, driving at a sluggish 15 to 20 miles an hour, allegedly kicked a passenger out of his vehicle.
Get out!
After pulling over to switch seats. The passenger reported McNary refused to drive faster. McNary then allegedly hit another car and then drove off, leaving the victim stranded on the roadside. Deputies caught up with him, but despite their attempts to stop him, he continued driving at snail's pace. Eventually, he pulled over and was taken into custody. They said, we do appreciate that he wasn't driving recklessly. It sounds like he was, though. Noting that stop sticks were used to safely bring the chase to an end. But yeah, 3 miles per hour. You think they could just like run like along the car?
You would think.
Just like take
Stop
them out.
it.
And that is your What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. As always, 12:45 today is our giveaway. Thomas Rhett tickets. If you guys are a country music fan, you will enjoy that show. Every day we got a giveaway for you, something to make you smile and make you feel like, hey, I'm a winner. I got another big surprise. Another group sold their catalog, Pink Floyd, $400 million. Man, these groups are just cashing in. Every day you hear about another group just cashing in.
And it's Sony that keeps on scooping them up.
Yeah, and just how much money they have. And they just sold it for $400 million. That is amazing, some of these paydays. Springsteen did it. They all have done it, different ones.
The one that was the biggest, and everyone was like, oh, I'm surprised it wasn't more, was Queen for $1 billion.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And they haven't done any music, for years and years and years. That's why I was surprised about that.
So they music catalog, naming rights, I believe, and there was something else
Likeness?
in there. But so Let's see. Yeah, they said that the catalog went likeness rights, Sony Music, music catalog, all the stuff. They said that the legendary rock band had come to an agreement after decades, of course, fighting among band members, which we know.
Yeah, they don't get along, supposedly.
No. So they said the deal only includes recorded music rights, not songwriting. So if...
Still a big payday for them.
Huge payday for them.
Don, we have somebody at home?
We do have David.
David, what is happening? Welcome to the Penthouse.
Good morning.
Good morning, David.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing great, buddy. What's up?
Well, yeah. So did you hear about the 90-year-old man who went into his doctor's office and it said that he wants to have children?
No.
No? All right. Well, a 90-year-old man walks into his doctor's office and says, "Doc, I know I'm 90 years old, but I want to have children."
Okay.
Doctor says, Come on. You're 90 years old. What do you want? Just enjoy the rest of your life. What do you want a child for?
Mm-hmm.
Patient says, "Well, I'm really serious about it. I want to have a child." The doctor says, "All right. Well, go home and give me a semen sample, and then we'll come back and we'll examine it and we'll take it from there."
Okay.
So guy goes home, comes back the next day, and he hands the doctor his cup with a semen sample in it. Doctor looks at it and says, "It's empty. What am I supposed to do with this?" Guy goes, "Well, yeah, I went home and just wasn't working out. I tried with my left hand, I tried my right hand. My wife, she tried with the left hand, she tried with the right hand, but none of us could open the jar."
Did you work on that? How are your Patriots going to do this weekend? They going to beat the Dolphins or what?
You're changing the subject. Come on, that was a cute little misdirection joke,
I don't know. I expect
cute
a little
erection joke. I don't know many erection jokes, so I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a category, but I expect a little bit more from you. But it's okay.
You do?
What would you give that? Like on a 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I don't know. 2? Generously?
You guys you're a tough.
It's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd.
I expect a lot from you. You bring some good stuff. I mean, that wasn't a lot.
What have you left?
Yeah. Go pull up the logo for the Chicago Bulls.
Okay, and what is that going to do?
We're talking. And once you're looking at it, turn it upside down and see if you see anything unique about that logo.
All right, I'll check into it this afternoon. I got to get a pedicure, so I'll look at it when I'm getting a pedicure around 5 o'clock, and I'll see and I'll let you know tomorrow. How's that sound?
You got to look at it. I want you to comment on it within the next 10 minutes.
All right, I don't know if I could do that. But
he doesn't have a computer in front of him. Well, you got your phone, but yeah, we got to do some radio for 10 minutes. He'll do it during the break.
Yeah.
Throw it out to the public. I'm sure there'll be some other listeners who have heard about this little unique
the crab
logo and what it indirectly reflects.
All right, David. Always appreciate the call.
Yeah, the Patriots are going to beat the Dolphins. Ready for my prediction?
Yeah, go ahead.
4-3.
That's not bad. I wouldn't go for that. 250 to a field goal. That could happen.
4-3.
All right.
There you go.
I'm not going to say it's impossible because it could happen. Thanks, brother. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.
All right.
Peace. Sebastian Maniscalco is going to be here in April, I believe the 25th, playing at the Hard Rock, but he just broke a record at Madison Square Garden. First comedian ever to sell out 5 nights in a row. That is unbelievable. I mean, I know he's big. That's huge. 5 nights in a row, every seat sold out for Sebastian Maniscalco. Have you ever seen him?
No.
For any of you?
Mm-mm.
He's going to be here in April. He always puts on a good show from what people say, and he plays a long time. But, man, in the last, I'm going to say 5 years, his career really has shot up. He's huge. But 5 nights in a row, Madison Square Garden, he sold out. Oof, that's like 100,000 seats. And it's a record that no comedian has ever done. And he just achieved it. So, wow, that is, again, I definitely might want to check him out when he comes back. I mean, when he comes to play here in Hard Rock. I know Hard Rock announced today Mary J. Blige is going to be playing in February. She's going to be at their arena that they have down at the Qatar. That might be a show I might check out. I haven't seen her. I saw her years and years ago, but I might want to check out Mary J. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. Dolphins are in big trouble. Is their season over? We asked you that, but do you think the coach lasts or does he get fired? What do you think about that situation? There's speculation about that. And Belichick coming down here, which is crazy. One of my buddies said, imagine Belichick breaks Shula's record as the Dolphin coach. That would be pretty crazy. But let us know about that if you have any opinion on it. You'd also text us at Real Radio 47142.
So there's a lot of people who do bet on sports and football, of course, but betting on elections. I'm sure it happens, but does it happen legally? And it looks like if you want to, you absolutely can, because they are saying that everybody's okay with it. And I'm talking about the federal government. They said that feds are giving the thumbs up for betting on the election. You can now bet on the 2024 election. Ooh. A federal appeals court made the ruling going against the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. They say that the government agency argued that allowing betting could undermine election integrity. It asked the court to block the prediction exchange platform, which is called Kalshi, from offering bets on which party will control each house of Congress. But the site advertises itself as a regulated exchange and prediction market where you can trade on the outcome of real world events. I've never been on this website myself, but I'm curious. Have you ever bet on an election? Have you done it? Whether it was done legally or not. But it looks like, yes, this is something that you can absolutely do.
Oh, how dare they betting on elections now? Where's it going to stop? My God. I guess Trump would be favored.
They're saying the court could reconsider a bet. You may not be able to.
Yeah. And then I wonder if you put your bets in now and then they say it's no good, would you get paid? That's the one thing I would find out if you are betting. Ask them that. Don, do we have somebody on hold?
We do. We have Kevin.
Kevin, what's happening? You're in the penthouse.
Hey, kids. Good morning.
How are you?
Kevin.
Hey, I've been away from the radio for a little bit in the mornings for my job and all that. Has anybody heard from Dr. Glenn up in the Carolinas? Is he all right? Is he washed down the mountain? Is he stuck in the creek? Has anybody heard anything?
So when asking around, and Jason, who's familiar with him too, mornings on the Gator, and he popped in with us yesterday, he did hear that everything was okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Devastation. I'm devastated watching it.
I know. It is it is absolutely terrible what's going on over there in the western North Carolina, Asheville, where he's at. But yes. So from what we've heard, he is okay, him and his wife.
Cool.
Yes.
That's it, guys. Have a safe one.
All right. Thank you very much. And thanks for asking about Dr. Glenn. Dr. Glenn and Dr. Rich. Love doctors for years and years and years on the station. The staple of it. Really made it happen. Great guys, and did a lot for the community, by the way, every year. Their charity and their toy drive did so much for so many kids, so you can't forget that.
So we have it 47142. When you turn the Chicago Bulls logo upside down, it's an image of a 90-year-old man opening a semen sample jar.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Which is not true. And then somebody else says, something that Dahman mentioned, the Bulls logo upside down looks like an alien having sex with a crab.
Something like that, yeah.
That's
according to the text line. So we'll take a look during the break. Figure it out for ourselves.
Yeah. A lot going on today. I wouldn't really worry about that. I put it on my things to do probably at the bottom of the list. The Patriots playing the Dolphins this weekend. Dolphins definitely need a win to end all the chatter and all the negativity out there. And Jets are in London. If they beat Minnesota.
They're saying Odell might be playing.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
That'd be great if he's playing. But unless he plays quarterback, I don't know if it's going to help. They definitely need him in the lineup. But they need a quarterback desperately. They really do. Good thing is we got to buy in a couple weeks, so we'll see what happens. Who knows, man? I mean, the season looks totally done now, but maybe they can turn it around week by week and get a little better and hold on until Tua gets back. But it's not going to help the defense. That's the thing. The defense has got a lot of problems, too. So we'll see what happens with the season. I know as a Dolphin fan, you're probably very disappointed, like a lot of people are, and just can't believe what's going on, especially because their expectations were that they were going to win it all and get to the Super Bowl. So Dana White tells a story about a friend of his that was gambling with him, and you want to talk about right place at the right time and wrong place at the wrong time. I guess he was playing baccarat with this gentleman, and as the story goes, he lost, I think he lost $25 million at Bellagio. That's what it was. He lost $25 million at the Bellagio, but then he won $50 million at the Venetian. So that's unbelievable. Now imagine if those hotels it got switched. He was telling a story about baccarat, and man, he was on a roll. They talked about this at Caesars, where he won $1 million a night
for a bunch of nights in a row.
Yeah, playing blackjack for 30-something nights. My God, and God bless Caesars. They kept taking his action, but $1 million a night. I thought it was 37. I read.
But you got to think he's not playing many hands. He's playing, if he could do it in 3 hands, 4 hands, he'll do it in 4 hands, $300,000 each hand.
Oh yeah, no, he's not playing $25.
No, I'm just saying he's not there for an hour or two.
No,
unless he's losing.
Yeah, he's in there in and out. But some of the stories about him that are coming out more and more, and they're from him. I believe him 100%. He does a lot of podcasts, Instagram. He's talking about this guy who played baccarat. Like I said, if you're working for Venetia or Bellagio, you're like, we got screwed. Why couldn't he lose that here? And then the next night he wins over there. But, I think it was 37 nights in a row or something like that. He won $1 million. Wow. I give Caesars credit. I guess they were like, hey, we're going to try to get our money back. But they never did. And Dana White's been around a long time with UFC. He really has. He's been very successful. The sport crushes it. When he first came out, nobody wanted to even say hi to him. But all these stories about him gambling are now coming out by him. They weren't out 10 years ago. And he's really openly about it. And, because you hear stories about guys who bet this big, and you hear that they lose their ass, too. Because when you're betting that big, one thing I can tell you about gambling, if you bet X, you never bet Y. So if you're betting 1,000 a game, you all of a sudden don't go, oh, I'll bet $50, because you can't. The juice isn't there. You're not excited. So if he's betting like he's betting now, he's not all of a sudden, like I said, going to play $50 a hand. And just like he goes on a good run, he can go on a bad run. Same thing with Drake, Floyd Mayweather, those guys, they bet big, big money. And, God bless them. They got it, but you never know what could happen in the future, especially if you go on a tailspin. But the Caesars thing, I read an article about it, then I looked up an interview it had, and I was like, my God, I think it was 27 or 37 nights. Like, when he walked in every night, they were probably like, are you kidding me?
Oh, no, he's back.
He's back again. And then again, to bring the blackjack dealer with you everywhere you go, it's crazy. But again, he's successful, he's doing it, and he's having fun. It is the Penthouse, trying to have fun for you guys every day, 4 hours a day. Don't forget, the keyword comes at you soon. Another one at the top of the hour. And we had a winner yesterday for $1,000. Who doesn't want to win $1,000? I know I do. Dominic does. Francis does. We all do. You can be next. Get that keyword and run to the bank. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Good evening. This is the Fox 8 6 o'clock news. I'm Neil McNeil.
And I'm Natalie Wilson.
His name's Neil McNeil?
Neil McNeil is his name.
He is the human version of Bodie McBoatface.
Neil McNeil.
I don't even know what this report's about anymore. I can't stop thinking about Neil McNeil.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
A stalled vehicle on the turnpike southbound at Boynton Beach Boulevard has moved to the right shoulder. Watch for slow travel on the turnpike between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Jog Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast Burrito. Wendy's Breakfast Burrito is everything you want for breakfast. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese sauce, bacon or sausage, all rolled up into one warm tortilla. Want the boss of breakfast burritos? Gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny, and fall is here, and that means shopping season. So if you need extra cash and ready to sell your car, then you gotta check out GimmeTheVin.com. Get top dollar for your used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com. They're 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau and pay more than their competitors. If they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. It's fast, pressure-free, and they'll even pick up your car for free. Visit GimmeTheVin.com today and get your check on the spot.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Florida Talk Real Estate is your one-stop real estate shop. Whether you're looking to buy a home, sell a home, you're stuck with a home and you don't know what to do, look no further than FloridaTalkRealEstate.com. Listen every Saturday morning. 9 a.m. until 11, right here on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar in Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current, the story of the only two women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Jason Weiser, my attorney. Whether you were injured due to a car accident or a medical malpractice issue, a slip and fall, or any kind of injury due to a fault of another, their team can help you. Board-certified personal injury attorneys. They can help you determine the responsibility party and pursue the damages and justice you deserve. Contact them at 561-689-8180, 561-689-8180. No fees unless they win. Jason Weiser, my attorney for over 20 years.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs.
Picking up! Oscar!
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Hello, I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Palm Beach County is election ready. This year, we're making voting easier than ever. On Election Day, there will be nearly 400 polling locations to cast your vote. Visit votepalmbeach.gov.
For more information about contests on this station, visit realradio921.com/rules.
Injured? Hire the largest injury firm in the world. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Sarah Spain with iHeart Women's Sports.
presented by Capital One. The Atlanta Dream announced on Wednesday that they've fired coach Tanisha Wright after 3 seasons. Wright took over the team in 2022 and helped them reach the playoffs the last 2 seasons, but they were eliminated via sweep in the opening round both years. Atlanta went 15-25 this year. The Dream haven't had a winning record since the 2018 season. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
With the Venture X card from Capital One, you earn unlimited 2x miles on everything you buy. Plus, get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations waiting for you to explore right now. Like the Beatles Now and Then, celebrating all things Beatles.
Together, you say goodbye, and I say hello.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search the Beatles Now and Then and listen now. iHeartRadio, free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored to you by Pillar Coffee Bar and Ice Treats.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Mo Better Garage. Mo Better Garage. We make it way Mo Better. MoBetterGarage.com.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Thursday. Hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you always listen to Rover in the morning, and they get you out of the gate quick and fast. Tom is in the house.
Hello.
Francis is here.
What's up?
Maybe you've been away. Maybe you're in, Istanbul and just got back on. You turn on The Penthouse and you say, where's Jimmy? Jimmy is no longer on The Penthouse. He's with the company. Dominic has jumped in, and he's doing a bang-up job. Week 3. Want to thank Dominic for all his hard work and efforts and caring about the show so far. Thank you, Dominic.
Oh, thanks, Greek.
It's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
My METS Mets, baby. They've got to be amazing tonight because they need a win, and I'm rooting for the Mets. And not because I got money on them, but because I got money on them. Mets, Game 3 tonight as they're taking on the Brewers. Boo, Brewers. Padres advance. Tigers advance. Royals advance. Royals and Tigers, great stories, long shots, and they advance to the second round. Yankees taking on the Royals in the next round, and the Padres taking on the Dodgers. Padres were one of the only teams in baseball who had a winning record against the Dodgers this year. 13 times they played them, and they won 8. And Cleveland is taking on the Tigers. So baseball in full swing the second round. We'll see what happens with the Mets tonight. Brewers do not have a good record in the playoffs, so I think the Mets will bounce back tonight and pick up a W. Tonight there also is some Thursday night football, and that's going to be an interesting game as it's the division game. The Falcons and Tampa Bay. Who do you like in that game? Tampa Bay 3-1. Falcons -2 on your Hard Rock app. So if you're betting, and you can bet in the state of Florida, we were lucky this year. It started in the beginning of the season for college and pro. There's only one place to bet, and that's with your Hard Rock app. Miami Dolphins have more problems right now than the Kardashians running out of Botox. There's issues right now in Miami. They're talking about McDaniel. Do they need to blow the team up? Injuries on defense again. Tyreek Hill on Monday night had a screaming match on the sidelines. Just everything is falling away from Miami. The ship be sinking. And McDaniel, who they think is a guru, now they're saying he's not. Maybe he's not that good of a head coach, and people caught up to him, and the whole team looks flat. Defensively, offensively especially, special teams, guys are not paying attention. They got a big game this Sunday. They got to, bring the wagons in and try to get a W from New England. A lot of small spreads this week also in the NFL. We'll talk about that in the Greek Zone today and also in Greek Showdown tomorrow when we are at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Peace. 877-927-6969. You want to give us a call, you can. Or you can text us at Real Radio 47142. Those are the two ways that you guys can get involved in the show. We did have a winner yesterday for $1,000. So if you're listening and you see that keyword, make it happen. you can win $1,000. You might say, it's a contest. I never win. That is not true. Franny, I know Newsweek had an article about the most loved workplaces in the United States. And iHeart, were they number one?
Unfortunately, no, it wasn't on the list.
Really?
No,
Surprise!
No, at least
Surprise.
At least not the list. At least not the list that I saw here.
Well, is it really the workplace or the people you work with? There's two different things.
I think it's all the things. I think, yes. I think it's a combination of stuff. Yes, but they did. They talked about the most loved U.S. workplaces, and this was Newsweek who put up the list because we know a lot of people do these lists annually. And it looks like, according to them, and this is for 2024, this was a survey based on more than 2.6 million U.S. employees.
Wow, that's a ton.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have gave up after like 23.
Survey of more than 2.6 million U.S. employees and interviews with hundreds of company officials. So they did their research on this. The survey focuses on 5 main areas: the level of collaboration at the company, how positive workers are about their future at the company, how much employer values align with employee values, and respects at all levels and career achievements. So this is interesting. The most loved workplace, and I enjoy going to this place for breakfast, but it looks like people love working there, is
IHOP?
No, First Watch.
Oh, wow.
Have you ever been to a First Watch restaurant?
Yes, many times.
Yeah, they're good. So that is the most loved workplace, according to 2.6 million employees and interviews with hundreds of company officials, as I said, over all those 5 main areas.
I wonder how many are, because there seems like there's a lot in our area.
I mean, it's a national brand.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
Because this is a national survey.
Wow,
so they
surprised.
said the top 10 credit acceptance. It's a financial service. Wyndham Hotels and Resorts at number 9.
Okay.
Overjet, which is never heard of it. It's a dental AI company. Then you have Parkview Health, which I have heard of. That's hospital healthcare. Supercharge, information technology company. Not really familiar with it. O2E, home service company. Databricks, which is a global data analytic and artificial intelligence company. Milo's Tea Company. Exactly. A lot of these, I'm like, they're not really big names. And Source Books, which is a book publisher. And then First Watch tops the list. All these, a majority, not very, very familiar with. They did do the top 20, and I will tell you, going through these, iHeart is not in it. But if you didn't know, First Watch is a Bradenton, Florida. That's where they're based out of. So it's a Florida company, which I didn't realize. But they say here, kindness, hard work, teamwork, that's what it fosters in that company. They said it reflects in its you first values. The company emphasizes on work-life balance, unique benefits, like comprehensive programs for backup childcare, which is nice, right? That a lot of restaurants don't offer that. But they said comprehensive programs for backup childcare and elder care, ensuring employees feel supported in their personal lives. First Watch commitment to holistic appreciation they have on there is evident through recognition, like the legacy pin inspired by the late founder. They say that continuous feedback loops, such as the CEO hosted a why tours to ensure employee voices are heard and valued, leading to ongoing improvements in the work environment. They said this dedication to a people-first culture combined with the opportunities for career growth makes it a truly beloved place to work. So it sounds like they offer a ton of stuff for their employees. And you don't hear that often.
No, you don't. I think they're also, maybe I'm wrong. Is it true that I think they're only open like a half a day? Or am I wrong?
They're breakfast and lunch.
Yeah,
Don't do dinner.
So they're not open for dinner.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been at a few of their different locations. The outlets right here, they have one.
That's a one, and I've been in one off on Indiantown Road in Jupiter.
I've been in one in Boca, 2 in Boca. I've had breakfast there. They open up at 7. Which is a nice thing for me.
They got one in Wellington and Royal Palm.
Oh, yeah, they're all over. They got one in PGA. I know there's one over there. So, yeah, they're all over. And the food's good.
Yeah. But if you, it sounds like they take really good care of their employees. That's fantastic.
That's amazing. Like I said, and also what I think is nice that they do something to make the employees' voices be heard.
Yeah. So if you're in the hospitality industry and you're looking for a new gig, you may want to go to First Watch. It sounds like they do it right.
Being only open for breakfast and lunch helps? You think it takes away stress where people aren't so burned out?
No, because it depends. Are you a morning person or are you a night person? Some people just want to work those night shifts, and some people don't. If you're a morning person, it's nice to have your day done by 2, 3 o'clock, and then you have the rest. But you probably got to be there, I would say 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, just depends.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might help where, you know what, they're not open all day and all night, and they got to deal with the people and stuff like that. And it does seem that people get a little bit more I don't know, crankier or wise as the night goes on. When you're dealing with the clientele.
Well, and they don't serve alcohol too, so that helps with people not being a-holes.
Well, I thought they serve like mimosas and stuff.
Do they? I don't know.
I know that they have not that I know. Maybe now it's been a bit. I know that they do like fresh squeezed juices and stuff like that, but they might now. Last I knew that they didn't serve alcohol because I would have had a mimosa.
It's so funny. I would have been there.
You could be right. You could be right, Dom. It's been a bit since I've been to one.
I don't know if they do. I don't think they serve liquor, to be honest with you. I've been in, like I said, I've had breakfast there a lot of times. If I'm not at Yoke and Boca, I'm usually at one of their places.
Because it's easy to get a beer and wine license. So they might have started doing it, realizing that they can make some extra money off of it.
Well, that's always good when you hear a company has, a good reputation and their employees are happy to be there. It says something about the leadership, obviously, people at the top, and caring about the employees.
Do they, Dom?
Yeah, I see a brunch cocktail and mimosas on it.
Okay. All right. So now, they do.
Good for you, little buddy. Maybe you can go over there and have a little mimosa. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If you have a place that you work that you think is great, maybe, again, if it's a big company like our company, iHeart, we don't really know. I'm going to speak for myself when I say this comment. I don't really know what it's like to work for iHeart as a company. I just know here, this location, that's it.
But you do. You are working for iHeart, so you know what to work for a company, and a lot of it does come down, our rules and stuff like that, from corporate.
Yeah, I just think like the different
markets.
markets.
Big old corporate building is what you're saying.
Yeah, I just think the big. I think the bigger markets, it's different than the smaller markets. We're considered.
For sure.
We're considered like a mid-range market. But again, I can only speak about what I know working here for 20 years and how I was handled and taken advantage of. We have anybody else on hold?
Doesn't look like we have anybody on hold.
Nope.
Are you trying to change the subject?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm kidding. Oh, God, you guys kill me.
Somebody said that First Watch, it's not just beer and wine. It says they have vodka, too.
Oh, really?
Maybe they do Bloody Marys or something.
Oh, now we know why their employees are happy.
But interesting, and I wonder if it's real, because even if they have Bloody Marys, have you seen there's a lot of restaurants that do that wine-based alcohol?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's how they get around without getting a liquor license in itself.
Really?
Yeah, like wine-based margaritas, wine-based whatever it is, Bloody Marys. It's not true. It's not a true spirit like a vodka or tequila.
No, it's good for the company. It's good PR for them.
We could broadcast live from there one day.
They write a check. I'll broadcast anywhere. You know me.
First Watch.
Hey, it's Greek. We're live from First Watch.
Hey.
We'll do a 7 a.m. show. We don't care. Cash is king. If it passes, we go in. Dolphins all over the news right now, and the last couple of days just been unbelievable with all the stuff going on. And it isn't good news, by the way. It's all bad news for the Dolphins right now. Hopefully this weekend they can get a W in New England. I'm hoping, and a lot of that chatter will end. Franny, I know you have something about the Gen Z and there's slang words that might be getting added. And if we possibly...
They already have gone and added to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Really quick, 47142. Our girl Sarah says, betting on presidential election. If I bet, I would bet on the candidate I didn't vote for. That way, I basically win either way. Okay. Either the candidate I choose wins, or I win money for the one I didn't want winning. All right, I like that. And then somebody says McDaniel better sell his watch.
Oh, yeah. That's a guy. I've heard that a lot. He bought that watch for $250,000.
Yep. And just a heads up, I did pulled up the Chicago Bulls logo on my phone, and it does look like an alien having sex with a crab. It does. It's more like a robot having sex. Yeah. No, you got to turn it upside down. Yeah. I looked it up on my phone. It looks like a robot having sex with a crab, more so than an alien.
I heard a robot DJing a crab, something like that.
Okay, I can see that. Or like a robot. Yeah, I can see a robot. Or a robot, reading a book on a crab.
Something like that.
I don't know, but I get what you're talking about. It is funny. It's definitely a robot. The nose is definitely a robot. But that is interesting. So thank you, David, for making us waste our time and everybody else.
Appreciate that, David. Thank you.
We did look it up. So, yes, they always add these silly words to the dictionary, and this one is one of the legit dictionaries, and we're going to play a guessing game. I have a feeling Dom's going to do better at this than G-Man is because this is Gen Z terms. But let's see, Merriam-Webster dictionary added these, and I'll just go through some of them because they added about like 200. There was so many.
Oh, my God.
So we'll just go through a few here. They said 200 new words to the 2024 edition dictionary, including some slang that's popular with the younger generation. So I'm not I'm not really familiar with all these either, so it makes me sound old too. But FYP or For You page, and it's considered a noun. Do you know what it means?
Nope.
Do you know what it means?
No.
For You page or FYP. It's a noun. It is a social media feed that contains personalized content based on the user's interest. Never heard anybody use that term in my life.
Nope.
Ever.
Neither.
Have you?
No.
All right. Touch grass.
Touch grass?
Is considered an idiomatic phrase.
For someone that hasn't been outside in forever.
So that you're right. In a way, so the actual definition, but you are right. It says to participate in normal activities in the real world, especially as opposed to the online experience and interaction. So
it makes sense.
Kind of what Dom said. Yes.
Good job, Dom.
This one, I do know what this means, and I'm sure you guys can get it. Nepo baby.
Nepo baby?
Nepo baby. It's a noun. Do
Not
you know what it
ringing-
is?
No.
No? Think about it. Nepo baby. Nepotism.
Negative?
That's not what nepotism is.
Oh. I don't know. I have no clue.
A person who gains success or opportunities through familial connections. Yeah. Nepotism, like when somebody gets hired.
okay,
Oh, 'cause
yeah.
their dad works for the company.
Yeah.
Yes, a nepo baby is what they call it.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I was thinking negative for some reason.
This is delicious. We all know street corn. That was I'm surprised street corn is just new to this. Let's see, burrata, which has been around for a long time. So I'm surprised that's known. Burrata, it's that they call it mozzarella, but it's really not. It's like in a casing that contains curds and cream. You open it up and it just spreads so beautifully. Burrata cheese. So good. But that just made it. Capicola just made it, which is also, you can find out charcuterie boards. It's a cured meat.
All right.
I feel like it's been around forever.
I thought it was Coca-Cola or Coke.
Capicola. Yes, it's in a seasoned Italian pork, but it's been around forever. So I'm surprised it's just making it into the dictionary. Cash grab, noun.
Cash grab?
Which I'm surprised it's a noun.
An easy opportunity for money.
There you go. The greedy pursuit of opportunity for making money.
Good move there, Dom. You're
Yeah.
learning, baby.
They said especially done without regard for ethics, concerns, or consequences.
Perfect.
A cash grab. What about a shadow ban?
Shadow ban. A band that plays in the shadow of another one or plays somebody else's music?
Yeah, sure, yeah. To cause a user or their content to be hidden from some or all other users, usually without the user's knowledge. So let's see. And then they also have on here, they also added late capitalism, beach, red, dungeon crawler, jam band. Jam band's been around for a while. And MAGA is on the list, is made the 2024 dictionary. Dungeon crawler, I have no idea. Do you know what it is?
Dungeon crawler?
Yep.
Somebody who likes to be down in the dumps?
Nope.
Someone that's home all the time?
It's not in that definition, but these kind of people are home all the time because it's a video game where the gameplay is primarily focused on defeating enemies while exploring a usually randomly generated labyrinth. I don't know. I guess you got to be a gamer to understand this. But yeah, dungeon crawler is a genre of gaming, I guess, that you play. So yes, all these new words, but I just gave you a few, and they added 200 to 2024.
Man, that's a ton.
Yeah.
200. How are you in Scrabble? Do you like playing Scrabble?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It's a fun game.
Yeah. Do you do good?
Yeah, I usually do all right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I got people always asking, oh, you got to pull out the dictionary for that one.
Yeah. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to get involved in the show. You can also text us at Real Radio 47142. I brought this up earlier today. People that remarry their exes, they get divorced. 6% do it in America. I have a buddy of mine who has done it. If you've ever done it, call us and let us know. How was the experience? Did it work out a second time around? Or was it like, I'm not going to do it? And I do think more so it happens if you have children, because then you stay friends or as a connection. If you don't have kids with the person, it could be almost like adios, you just never talk. And I hear people say it all the time. I thought that was years ago. I would hear that. And if you live in the same area, I thought it would be like odd. Friends would tell me, like, I haven't talked to her or I haven't talked to him in 10 years. And I'd be like, wow, you're married to him? Not even like hi or goodbye. But, things happen. You drift, you know what I mean? And things go on. But yeah, if you're not even talking to somebody, but that one day you made a decision to spend the rest of your life with them, which should be a big decision. But then you could go on and say, man, I never, ever talk to them again, which is different than dating somebody. It's getting married to them. Obviously, it's more of a commitment. But 6% of Americans said that they do it again a second time. Imagine when you call your friends and family, they got to be like, what the hell are you doing? especially if it was something that was really bad. Like if somebody cheated on you and you're like, oh, I'm going to go back. I could see if you say it's for the kids, then maybe people might be a little bit more receptive. All right, I get it. But still, in a situation like that, not a good move. Tomorrow, Greek's Gridiron will be at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Stop by and see us. Week 5. So for the first 4 weeks, only one winner. So we're going to keep this train going, choo-choo, all the way to the end of December as we switch weeks from Strike Cigar Lounge, where you can watch the game tonight, and Crazy Horse, and Monroe's. All 3 places are my selections, and you can get the game. Don't forget, it is on Amazon. So don't do like I've done a couple times. I've left places, come home, and put my feet up, and I go, oh, my God, I don't have Amazon. That sucks. So you want to watch the game from the beginning to end. It's going to be a good game tonight. The Falcons are taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. Atlanta -2 on the Hard Rock app, I believe. That's what Dominic did show us. So that makes me a little lenient toward Tampa Bay, but we'll talk to the experts later and the Greek Zone and see what's going on with that. And Chick-fil-A will be open tonight, by the way, in Atlanta, if you're going there.
We were talking about the best companies to work for. Chick-fil-A normally falls up on there, but somebody said the best job I had growing up, and this is via the text line, was pumping gas at a Union 76 truck stop in Ohio when I was in high school back in the early 80s. Says the family who owned it were great to work for. So
nice.
Even looking back, back then.
That's great if you can remember a good experience from years ago. They must have really treated him well. Or going forward, everybody else treated him like you know what. And he's like, man, I really remember that when it was good. What was the number one company again?
First Watch.
First Watch? First Watch, a restaurant chain that is local in our area. And they came up as the number one place to work for employees. That's pretty impressive. It really is. When they do it. And a lot of times you see those surveys when they ask you, like, how was your experience today? I think people fill them out more when they're negative than when they're positive, to me. But people do read them. That's the one thing I remember years ago. I was at Atlantis with this girl. I'm going back a time, and she wrote some bad things, and they called me up, and they were not happy.
Well, now more so than ever, because, I mean, that is somebody's job and position these days to sit and read the reviews and respond back to them.
Yeah.
They have somebody who's, and go through not even just Yelp and Google, but also go through social media. If they notice that their name is @mention or hashtag, like there's somebody who weeds through all that stuff.
Yeah, my thing wasn't me. It was the girl I was with. We got comped for the weekend. So to me, there could be no wrong. I was very happy.
You know, that is beautiful to be comped, but at the same time, as long as you're not a complete ass about it, I think companies do want to know what went wrong, what went right, because if something is, they want to fix it for customers who do have to pay.
Yeah, I mean, her complaints I thought were pretty nitpicky, personally. Okay. We had to wait long for the room. Big deal. We had lunch, but it was free. So to me, there's no complaint. They flew us down there for free. They put us up 3 days in a suite, and you're bitching? I don't know. I sort of was not happy about it because when I got the call, and I still remember the guy's name, he was like, gee, really? And I'm like, I didn't fill anything out. You know me. I don't fill out anything. I don't care. I don't exist. I'm not even alive, so I don't care. But yeah, she put a couple things down, and I felt bad. I apologize. But people do, even at Mercedes. Like when you bring your car in for service, if you don't get all 10s, they'll call you and they'll say, what happened? What was the problem? Which is nice that they, I've been at a lot of places where they do. It seems like everybody gives you a survey now. It just does, no matter where you go. And they look at it. I go to my dentist. They give me one when I leave. Will you fill out this thing? The only thing I can say for anybody who does surveys, even though you may think they're short, they're not short enough. So if you want more people to fill them out, make them short. The one thing I heard from somebody a long time ago, I don't know if it's true or not, when you're on hold at any company and they say to you, do you want to fill out a survey? Say yes, and they'll put you through quicker. I don't know if that's just a street thing, but that's
interesting. Because normally when I get that, it's typically after.
At the end.
It's after I've already been taken care of by customer service. Then they'll be like, would you like to hang on to take a survey?
I always get them, and I usually get them before. As you're holding on, do you have a minute after it?
Somebody told me if you want to get on earlier with somebody and you're like going through that, they say just start cursing at the phone because they say if you start dropping F-bombs and stuff like that, they'll be like, oh man, they're really angry or they want through that. So I've heard that. They said just start cursing and you'll get to customer service a lot easier. So try it. Just get on the phone and just start dropping a bunch of F-bombs. See what happens.
I'll try another break.
I'm all right now.
See what happens.
See how that goes.
Yes.
See how that goes. We won't be back for 12. It is the Penthouse. In the next hour, we got a giveaway for you at 12:45. Thomas Rhett tickets. Country music act you will enjoy. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Got something to say?
I got something to say.
text us at 47142. Start your message with Real Radio. Standard data and message rates apply, and don't text while driving. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
The stalled vehicle on the turnpike southbound of Boynton Beach Boulevard has moved to the right shoulder. Watch for slow travel on the turnpike between Boynton Beach Boulevard and Jog Road. Spot something on the roads, call the traffic tip line, pound 250, keyword West Palm Traffic. I'm Ron Hersey.
This report is sponsored by the Port St. Lucie Home Show. Don't miss the Port St. Lucie Home Show, October 5th and 6th at Mid-Florida Event Center. Come see everything for in and around your home. 2 days only. Free admission. The Port St. Lucie Home Show, Mid-Florida Event Center, October 5th and 6th.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's of Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game boots available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer bucket specials during every live game. It's Monroe's of Palm Beach. Monday night, that's where you need to watch football. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open with the beautiful ladies and a 5-star restaurant. Get over to Monroe's today. They make a good night a great night at Monroe's of Palm Beach. Peace.
Come on out to the Vero Bowl this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football watch party of the season as Miami takes on New England. Great food and drink specials, including $3 Miller Lite drafts during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Vero Bowl Lounge and Lanes, 929 14th Lane in Vero Beach. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, Royal Palm Plaza, and Boca Raton. This is the place you'll love soon as you walk in. Great humidor with great selections, a patio that's unbelievable to enjoy football and all sports, and live music on the weekends. It's Strike Cigar Lounge and Royal Palm Plaza. Also, a sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. We're there in the Penthouse every other Friday during football season. Strike Cigar Lounge, my number one recommendation to have a cigar with a friend and just relax and enjoy South Florida. Puff, puff, baby. Peace.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
When a hurricane hits, it's best to be prepared. Since 1996, StormSmart has installed over 100,000 protection and lifestyle products in Florida homes. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs.
Picking up! Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then.
It's been a hard day's night.
Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Higher humidity today than the past few days, although those temperatures have started to come down. We will see high temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. That's also going to coincide with when we start to see some showers and storms build in. They'll build in from 95 to the west, and then we'll see a spot or two of shower drift back to the coastline over.
This report is sponsored by Norton 360.
October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Boost your password security with Norton 360. Weak passwords can be targets. That's why Password Manager is included in Norton 360 to help keep you safe. Get comprehensive protection and up to 58% off at norton.com/secure.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
You been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
The films, the stars, the milestones, the awards.
Here's Big Sue
With the Week in Hollywood History.
October 1st, 1968.
The original horror classic Night of the Living Dead premieres in Pittsburgh. Also noted for its multiracial cast, it grossed roughly 250 times its $100,000 budget and is now recognized as one of the most influential films of its genre.
October 2nd, 1946.
With a budget of roughly $300 per episode, Faraway Hill, network television's first soap opera, begins its 2.5-month run on the now defunct Dumont Network.
October 3rd, 1941.
The Maltese Falcon is released, starring Humphrey Bogart and Mary Astor. A box office hit, it's now considered one of the best films ever made and is often cited as the first major example of the film noir style.
October 4th, 2019.
Actress and singer Diane Carroll passes away at age 84. Born Carol Diane Johnson in the Bronx, her 50-plus year career included playing Dominique Devereaux on 80s soap Dynasty and was the first black woman to star in a modern TV series, the late 60s sitcom Julia.
October 6th, 1927.
Hollywood makes a giant leap away from silent movies with the release of The Jazz Singer, the first film with a fully synchronized soundtrack including dialogue and musical numbers.
And that's the Week in Hollywood History
on iHeartRadio.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword CASH at realradio921.com. That's CASH. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
That was Franny's interpretation of Woody Woodpecker, right? It was pretty good. It wasn't bad.
All right. Was all right.
I thought it was pretty good.
So did I.
We could have done better.
But I think if you know when it's good, it's because right away you know what it is. It
Yeah.
wasn't like you heard it, you thought it was a Cocker Spaniel. Let's hear it again. I thought it was good.
It was all right.
I'll give you a little
I feel like with more practice, I could have done better.
I'm sure. Like anything else, the more you practice, the better you're at it. A lot of guys use that on Girls with Sex. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Hope you guys listen to Rover in the morning. Don't forget, in this hour, our giveaway at 12:45. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And it is time to say hi to Francis.
Hey.
And time for some fun facts.
It's Franny's Fun Facts. All right. Well, today we are going to go just at random fun facts, but I will let you know October 3rd what it's today is. It's Bring Your Bible to School Day.
Bring your Bible.
Your Bible, yeah.
Can you bring him up?
Look at the Leaves Day.
Oh, that's so romantic.
Global Smoothie Day.
Oh, I had a smoothie yesterday. Man, I got to tell you, it hit the spot. It was that or like Starbucks, a big decision. I was on the phone with 3 of my friends. I'm like, what do you think? Cappuccino or a smoothie? And they were like, wow, Greek, your life's so deep.
Yeah, decisions.
I went with a smoothie, and it was a great decision.
Mean Girls Appreciation Day.
So you got to appreciate Mean Girls?
Yes, it's National Boyfriend Day. Ooh. Uh-huh. Of course, it is the start of Rosh Hashanah.
That's right. Happy New Year.
Let's see what else we got. National Soft Taco Day. The other day was just National Taco Day, but today is specifically Soft Taco Day. But I'm just going to go off the cuff. We're going to be doing some at random fun facts maybe you have or have not heard. And like I said, they really don't have any relation to each other. It's just random fun facts. So each year in Japan, thousands of people deliberately disappear without a trace.
Really?
It's a phenomenon so common that there is a word for it called johatsu, or evaporated people. Where do they go?
They just take off.
But they say deliberately disappear without a trace. Thousands of people every single year.
Is it people owe money or they just leave?
I don't know.
I have a question about taco when you get done with this guy.
Okay. Let's see here. The first recorded use of the F word, speaking of, we just talked about the F word. The first recorded use of the F word in human history was in 1528 when a monk actually wrote it in the margins of a book to express how much he disliked an abbot. So I don't know if he created the word or if it was just the first time it was recorded. And it was due to dislike of somebody.
It's a great word, Franny.
With F word? I don't have a dump button over here.
By the way, she goes, you go down too, by the way. With her, she curses, just so you know.
Don't have a dumb button.
It's a twofer.
Oh, well.
There are 6 states where dogs are legally part of your family.
Oh, nice.
New York, Alaska, California, Illinois, Maine, and New Hampshire. They are legally part of your family in those 6 states.
So could you write them off, like at the end of the year?
Well, I mean, if they're legally part of the family, why not?
Like
as a dependent?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
because like
I feel like I should write my dogs off as much as they're costing me. Man, I'm already 600 in deep right now, and we're only 12 o'clock at the vet.
Because if you're allowed to, if they become a family, I bet you could write them off. And you could do it forever. Because like kids, you got to stop at like 18 sometimes once they get out of the house.
All right, they said, let's see. Oh, the official bird of the city of Redondo Beach, California, is the Goodyear blimp.
Really?
That is their official bird.
Wow, they ran out of birds, huh? Oh, that's, you know why? Because that's where the blimp is stationed.
There's 1 hour a day where it's 3 different dates in 3 parts of the world. When it's 11 p.m. Monday in American Samoa, it's 5 a.m. Tuesday in New York, and then 12 a.m. Wednesday in the Pacific Island country of Kiribati.
Wow. So if you drop dead, you might want to go to those other 2 places you can live.
Speaking of dropping dead, diarrhea was the leading cause of death for troops in the Civil War. They said soldiers had an honor code where they wouldn't shoot someone who was pooping. But you didn't know that.
Honor code.
He hates talking about poop. The inventor of washing your hands with soap was called scientifically unsound and was confirmed to an insane asylum where he died. When he was the inventor of washing your hands with soap, and they're like, this guy's crazy. What's wrong with him? Yeah, they confined him to an insane asylum.
Oh my God, what a sin.
What a what?
Sin.
What a sin.
The guy discovered something great. You gotta wash your hands at least 10 times a day.
The first self-made female millionaire in the U.S. was a black woman. Her name was Madam C.J. Walker, and she died in 1919. Shortly after becoming a millionaire, in 1919, right? Becoming a millionaire, that's massive.
That's amazing.
Selling beauty and hair products.
Should have gave us a little tip.
Specifically designed for black women. And finally here, the Harlem Globetrotters were founded in Chicago. Their offices are now in Georgia. They have never been based in New York, let alone Harlem.
That's what everybody thinks.
Yeah, well, they're called the Harlem Globetrotters.
Of course.
Yeah, founded in Chicago, based in Atlanta right now. Never been in New York. And there are your at-random fun facts for your Thursday.
Let's backtrack to, because you know more about tacos or food than I ever will. What is a soft taco as to a regular taco?
So there's
That's what you said, right?
yes. So they're the crunchy hard shell tacos.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, when you get them in a restaurant.
Yeah, but you can get soft and crunchy tacos.
Oh, you can even at restaurants? You can request it?
Of course.
Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but you know the crunchy tacos?
Yeah, yeah.
So those are the crunchy corn. It's a corn-based taco, the crunchy ones. Soft tacos can be a soft flour taco or it can be a soft corn taco.
Oh, so maybe soft might be better if I ever get them because then they won't break all over the place.
Sure.
Because I hate those. That's a mess.
Oh, all right, then get soft tacos
I
instead.
didn't know that.
I prefer a soft taco over a crunchy taco.
See, I knew it.
My husband likes a crunchy taco, but he'll go either way.
It's great to hear. What do you got at home?
We have Jorge.
Jorge!
Happy Thursday to everyone.
Happy Thursday to you, Jorge. I hope your day is turning out the way you planned it and everything is going great and your tulips are standing in the right direction.
There you go. Well, it was. I was eating until I heard Franny talking about diarrhea.
Hey, it's a fact. I'm talking about history, Jorge.
Oh, yeah. You know another fact about diarrhea is, don't you?
Is what?
Another fact about diarrhea, they say it's hereditary.
Really? I've never heard that.
Yeah. Yeah, it runs in your genes.
Oh, boy.
Oh, here we go. I knew it was something. I didn't know what, but
I knew it was. I knew there was a punchline somewhere.
I knew something was
I've
happening.
never heard that before. That's kind of fun.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, Jorge, on a Thursday, baby? Are you up for today or what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of diarrhea, the Dolphins and Patriots are going to be playing, huh?
Dolphins have some serious problems. It's amazing what's happened to this team with one injury and how everybody's upside down. People are jumping off the bandwagon. There's rumors about them firing the coach. Tyreek Hill wants out of Miami. Just so many things going wrong. In a short period of time, too, but in 2 weeks, the offense has not scored really any points at all. They look really bad.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the weapons they got, you're probably right about getting a quarterback from Boca High. You know, I think they could win with something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's really sad. The last 2 weeks, they haven't scored a point. I mean, except a couple field goals. And they just look so, even defensively, special teams, mistakes. McDaniel now looks like he's just totally out of it and doesn't have control of the team. Even his press conferences, people are talking about. And they just gave him an extension, which I didn't understand why until 28. That's a long time. They'll probably end up paying him off, but I don't think he's coming back next year. I just don't.
Yeah. I think he's going back to McDonald's, buddy.
Yeah, he might. I mean, he really is. He was supposed to be like, when they were winning, like everything else, an innovator, and he really, the players really liked him. But now they're saying that, you know what, he doesn't know how to kick the players in the ass. There's no respect. And just the team is in disarray in a short period of time. And some of the contracts they gave, I just don't understand the amount of money they gave to some of these guys.
Oh, yeah, especially Tua.
Yeah, Tua was one of them, no doubt about it. Tua was making $27 million. When he signed them, I think most people said it wasn't that it was when he was going to get hurt. That you just know he was injury prone and he got hurt again. And that's what people are thinking again. And I think a lot of people thought he wasn't coming back, but all indications he's going to be back week 8.
Yeah, well, he is fragile, though, isn't he?
No doubt. I mean, you see it all the time.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens this weekend. Who's going to be quarterbacking for the Dolphins?
I think
it's Tyler, right?
Yeah, I think the same guy.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I haven't heard any different.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, and they'll probably stay with Jacoby in New England.
Yeah, they're going to stay with him for a while because, again, he's not bad, and they don't have a good line, and they don't want to get the young kid hurt. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's not going to be an exciting game, obviously. I bet you most people will be betting the under in that game, but it's crazy.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose unless they tie 0-0.
Oh, God, that'd be brutal if they tied 0-0. That would be crazy. We'll see what happens, Jorge. Hopefully we'll talk to you before then.
All right. You guys have a good one.
You too, Jorge.
877-927-6969. If you want to give us a call, you can. If you want to text us, you can at Real Radio 47142. Those are the ways that you guys can get involved in the show every single day. And don't forget, you get a keyword every hour. Make sure you listen because we had a winner for $1,000.
Speaking of, Dom, we do have a text message at 47142 asking if you can please repeat the 12 o'clock keyword.
All right, hold on one sec.
Okay. Yeah, because we know sometimes you're not able to hear it when Rover gives it to you at the top of the hour. So we'll try to repeat it as much as we can because we like getting winners here. It actually makes us look good if you guys win.
Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, it's just unbelievable.
Yes.
I mean, our company's so whacked. We can do a million good things, bring in tons of money that you need dump trucks. They won't say anything. We get a winner, and they're like, oh, my God, you got a winner.
The keyword was cash.
Cash. C-A-S-H.
All right,
Cash.
so enter that, realradio921.com. Now, maybe you get that $1,000 and you can spend it on the holidays. Maybe you can spend it on vacation, concert, go to a UFC fight like Dom wants to. Or maybe you can do it to help pay off your debt. I know that would be some things that I would do with the $1,000 is help pay off debt, which can increase your credit score. And then that makes me ask, do you know what your credit score is right now? Do you know what your credit score is right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Always.
The number. Yep. Do you, Dom?
Yeah, about.
Yep. So I have
It can fluctuate a couple points either way.
Yeah, but I have Experian, and I have it downloaded on my phone, and it gives me updates and this and that. So I tend to know on a daily basis where I'm at when it goes to it. But as G-Man said, like I'm just around it, maybe off by a couple points here and there, but close enough. It seems like we are. No, I don't want to say we're in the majority because there are, but to me it was still a lot of people that more than a quarter of Americans have no clue what their credit score is.
I had no clue. Absolutely not.
And of course, we know that when it comes to our credit score, right? I mean, it affects everything from where we live to what kind of jobs sometimes we get, even purchasing a vehicle, so many things. And a lot of us are in the dark about our scores, which is interesting because there's so many free apps. And yes, it may not be because, like as G-Man mentioned right there, like, what is the one? Credit Karma is one that you can get if you want a roundabout idea of where you're at. Experian is another one. And that was, I learned through my lender. She was like, go ahead and get that right now just to kind of know where you're at. But according to badcredit.org, 73% of Americans don't check their credit scores on a regular basis. Some respondents also are confused about how credit scores work.
Not to interrupt you, but some people think a lot of times if they check their credit score, it hurts them.
Yeah,
and that's not true.
So yeah, that is not necessarily true, right? So your score is calculated based on 5 factors: on-time payment history, credit utilization ratio, length of credit history, types of credit held, and new credit. So not checking your credit score can leave you in the dark about your credit health and keep you from dealing with any mistakes, as well as missing out on the opportunity to improve your credit score. Mm-hmm. In addition to not checking, some people are confused about how it works or how to maintain good credit. They say a lot of people don't know the benefits of maintaining low credit utilization ratio, which is the percentage of a borrower's total available credit they're using on their credit cards. And then to cover cost of living increases, 75% of those people polled have cut back on spending, while 41% admit they've been using savings to keep up with their life, which is unfortunate. But nearly 3/4, around 72%, say the current state of the economy has led them to change their financial plans or goals. And I think that 72% is, to me, is kind of low. You would think more people have, because to change their financial plans or goals because things are so much more expensive. I know a lot of us have to. I know a lot of people have to get second or third jobs. I know a lot of people have to reevaluate where their spending goes. It's just one of those things. But yes, there is a hard pull on your credit, which affects your score.
Yeah, if you buy something like you buy a house, a car, something big, they'll do it. Another thing a lot of people get confused about is the amount you have on your credit cards, which I was surprised some of my friends who are very successful didn't even know that. Like, say you got a credit card for, I don't know, $10,000, and if you've got $9,000 on it, that's not good. That's not a good thing. People didn't even realize that sometimes, people, when you talk to them. And I'm talking people who are successful. But yeah, anytime you purchase anything, they're going to pull your score. Maybe go for an apartment. The one thing I don't dig that I think is not fair is that it could affect you getting a job. Because I think with certain people, there could be stories. There are stories. Sometimes somebody was married to somebody and there was a bad divorce, or maybe, God forbid, somebody was sick. And I think if it could hurt you with getting a job, I don't think that's fair. That's just my opinion. Because, again, you could be a great employee, be able to help a company, and they look at your credit score and it sucks.
I'm with you.
And they're like, oh, we're not going to hire, Dominic because his credit score is bad. I don't think that. I think they should ask you. That's one thing I would wish they would do. Like, hey, it's part of our criteria, but why is your score whatever? I mean, anybody in the over 6s, like 680, 690 is good. It's a very good score. You get in the 7s, you get into the 8s.
And I don't know if this is true. If you know out there, and some of you may. So I think that employers can look at your credit history, but I don't think that they can actually look at your credit score.
Okay.
But I may be wrong.
I would think more to score than your history.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they would have. I don't know. That's a little weird if they would see your whole
I
history.
think, yeah, because to me, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong or not. But that is something I've heard, that they can look at your credit history, but not your score. And that is.
And the other thing that you got to realize too, when you have a good credit score, and it means a lot in a lot of different ways, you can get a different rate on car loans, house loans. You get a better rate, and a lot of people don't realize that either. And that's a big thing. That can make a big difference on anything. Dominic, we have somebody on hold?
We do. We have Riggs.
What's up, Riggs? Riggs.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Riggs.
What's up, buddy? What's going on?
Not much. Enjoying a beautiful day here in Cincinnati, and I figured I'd check in.
What's the word about Pete Rose? People talking about him a lot, I would assume?
Yeah, a little bit. Like the old school Cincinnatians, they're talking fondly of him and all that. Not too much though.
I've heard a lot of positive things about him in the last couple of days since he died. More so, obviously, when he was alive. And I think again, it's hard to talk negative about somebody who dies. I just think it's hard for people, and you don't look good. But I've heard a lot of nice things. Even Johnny Bench, I saw, did a nice interview about him.
Yeah, and it's not uncommon here to go into like old school sports themed joint, or even like a nice restaurant, but it's like Cincinnati themed, and you'll see his picture on the wall.
Yeah,
and it go ahead.
No, I think he was just agreeing with you.
Okay, so and I think it makes sense. I mean, he did one thing, and it followed him the rest of his life. But when you get to really know somebody, it's hard to judge them for that one action that was considered inappropriate by society. Which, by the way, it's not as inappropriate now, or maybe other times.
It still is. You can't bet on sports when you play or you're involved. That has not changed. Maybe the thought process about gambling in our society has changed. The same with marijuana, but you cannot, in any shape or form, even the announcers cannot bet on sports if they're involved.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I misspoke on that one, so good call out, Greek.
You know what's weird is fighters in the UFC could bet on each other. They could bet for them to win.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think if you're a boxer, you should be able to. Jockeys can't, but
you just can't bet against yourself, but you can bet for yourself.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If I was in a ring and I thought I was going to kick somebody's ass, I'd take my personal lane on who's better to bet on me than me. Let's do it, baby. That's a double payday.
Wait, in boxing, you can only bet on yourself if it's to win?
Yes.
I was saying UFC. I know you could do that.
I don't know about boxing. I don't know the rules of boxing, but Dom's our UFC expert.
Yeah. Do you think, like, if I was fighting Dom, and I'd be like, Dom, bet on yourself, and then we'll split the winnings once I take a dive on the third round?
I'm sure stuff like that could happen, yes. That's why they never allowed it in other sports, because that could be happening in 2 seconds.
Especially if you're the underdog in that fight, and you can make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, you could do that in 2 seconds. You could call somebody up and be like, hey, if you don't care. They're betting on people's credibility and their ego that they don't want to lose. But I'm sure there's situations. In London, I know they have a lot of problems with tennis. That's one of the biggest sports that they owe. And we're not talking like the top matches. We're talking matches that are off the book a little. And they always have investigations off of that.
Yeah, well, I remember, Franny, to your point, being about the underdog, I remember seeing a Mike Tyson fight, and you could tell the guy didn't really want to do the fight, because Mike was back when Mike was at the top of his game, and he barely made it into like the second round, and he was such a dubious punch, and he went down, waited for the count, and then got up and walked off the ring. He just didn't want to be there. Now, I don't know if he bet on himself. He just figured if he's going to lose, might as well lose right away and not incur any long-term damage from Crazy Mike.
The thing people don't realize, because they're not involved in this world, you don't have to bet on yourself. I could give Franny money, and Franny could go bet on me. You don't really need any. You don't have to bet on yourself in any aspect of life. If you got a half a brain, you got people to do it for you. They're called beards. They do it for people every day, professional bettors. who get shut out in Las Vegas and different casinos. I let Dom bet. I'll go down to the casino and give Dominic $10,000. He goes in and bets. If I'm locked out, fine. But Dominic walks in, nobody checks him, and you come back, you give me the money. Yeah. So it's not like you have to bet on yourself. And people have always made a big deal with that with me, and I always try to explain to them, and they give me an eye like, what are you talking about? You don't have to bet on yourself. You just get anybody to do it. It's simple. It's not hard.
Yeah, and do you think it's illegal or is just against the league rules?
For what?
To kind of game the system, like bet on yourself.
You can't bet. Well, in the NFL and NHL,
you can go to jail for that, right?
No, well, you can't go to jail for betting if it's legal in the state. You can only go to jail for betting if it's not legal. Like in the state of Florida, it's legal to bet on sports, so you can bet on it at the Hard Rock app.
Yeah, I got you.
You can't betting with a bookie's illegal, but if you bet with the Hard Rock app, that's legal.
How much do you think it costs the Hard Rock guys to get exclusive rights to that?
I don't know, $500 million, I think they said, over 30 years or something like that?
They did put out a number. I just don't know what it was.
It was high.
Yeah, and that's the Seminoles.
And I'm sure they already made it back in here.
Yeah, just from the Real Radio listeners.
Probably, just for us, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the NFL's up huge this year again. Every year they go up in viewership, and the last couple of years, because the NFL has so many things to do with gambling, they have said that gambling has a big part of it. 38 states, it is legal sports bet.
Yeah. It's definitely a wind change for sure.
No doubt, but I did think of you when Pete Rose passed away, and I said I wanted. I mean, in Cincinnati, they were talking about it, and I mean, his first year was 63, and what he meant to the team and the franchise. He had an unbelievable career, and who knows? Maybe they let him in the Hall of Fame now.
Hey, Franny, what's your credit score?
It's decent, but none of your business.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know yours? Do you know yours?
Yeah, of course.
You want to bet high or low against me?
Definitely. Let's do it.
Who's going first? Because I just bought something, and I just got my score.
You go first.
8-12.
Oh, I beat you, bro. 8-18.
I want to see it.
Proof.
I'll send you a screenshot. And that's because I up my spend a little bit too. It's usually better than that.
You what?
Yeah, usually my credit score is even better than that. I just bought a big ticket item. We bought a car, so it just reflected and it bumped.
Your son? You bought a car for your son?
He just said they just bought a car.
No, I bought a car for the family.
Oh, I thought you said your son, because your son's young. Isn't he like 8 or 9?
No, he's young. Right now, he just sits in the back of the Lexus and gets driven around everywhere.
All right, for double down, okay?
Yeah.
If you know Dom's dog's name.
Dom's dog's name?
He's mentioned the last couple of times.
I bet you. No, I don't. I haven't heard it the last couple of times. That he's probably like something like dog.
No. It's Romeo.
It's not. How do you not get this right? It's named after a dude who used to play football. Yes.
Oh, did you name it after the Cowboys quarterback?
No, I didn't name it.
But I just figured you would get that after Tony Romo. I thought it would be in your head after a while.
No, you're right. 8-18. Wow, that's strong. And mine was 8-12. Mine was 8-32, and it went down because I bought a couple of Knishes. We got to go to break.
I mean, they'll go. All right, guys. See you. Bye.
Love you, Riggs.
Oh, my God.
Look at Dominic. It is the Penthouse on a crazy Thursday. We're back full steam, baby. We'll be back. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Here we go again. They're taking hard-working American people, American men, and they're taking their job.
I think it's so weird that they would be able to make a human being without using eggs or sperm. Scientists
I feel the same way about omelets.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 3 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
If you missed our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival presented by Capital One,
Las Vegas, make some noise!
Watch the best moments exclusively on Hulu beginning Monday.
All right, you guys are out for a party, I can tell.
see the biggest festival headliners from around the world assembled on one stage on one show.
This iHeart energy is so incredible. See it all at our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Streaming only on Hulu beginning Monday.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Thursday commute up to speed along the Palm Beaches. We are looking good on the expressways. No significant delays on 95. The Turnpike is accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Judy Stewart.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in 2010 in my garage after I overpaid for new blinds. I researched the industry, hired my mom, and 14 years later, we're one of the largest retailers of custom blinds in the U.S. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? Don Jr. here to tell you that every day the IRS is sending out thousands of lien notices to hardworking Americans like yourself. As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Call Tax Network USA, and their team of licensed tax professionals can help you solve your tax matters once and for all.
Call Tax Network USA at 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com.
Hey, it's Greek to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Greek, and I'm here with Diane. And they are a client at Coastal Weight Loss Secret. Thanks for coming in. So how much weight have you lost?
27 pounds.
That's incredible. How do you feel?
I feel great. I have energy. Definitely not starving between meals.
Tell me the biggest benefits you've seen from Coastal Weight Loss Secret.
I was bummed out about my weight. I've done other weight loss programs, and they just never got me anywhere. And sounded very successful with you, and I figured I would give it a shot. I don't want to stop. I want to get healthy. I want to get to a good weight. I'm going to do this.
Thanks so much for sharing another great success story with Coastal Weight Loss Secret. To learn the secret of losing up to 1 pound of unhealthy fat per day and start your own success story, call 561-464-3110. CoastalWeightLossSecret.com. CoastalWeightLossSecret.com for more information.
This season on the new podcast, Rip Current, the story of the only two women who tried to assassinate an American president.
A woman fired a shot at President Ford in San Francisco this afternoon.
One was a protege of Charles Manson.
26-year-old Lynette Fromm, nicknamed Squeaky.
The other, a middle-aged housewife undercover for the FBI.
Identified by police as Sarah Jean Moore.
Listen to Rip Current on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Rip Current and start listening.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call us now. $30 billion was set aside for meso victims, and in most cases, your claim is settled out of court without a jury trial. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game booths available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer bucket specials during every live game. It's Monroe's and Palm Beach Monday night. That's where you need to watch football. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open with the beautiful ladies and a 5-star restaurant. Get over to Monroe's today. They make a good night a great night at Monroe's in Palm Beach. Peace.
Moments like making my kids my famous meatballs mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Febreze.
As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Are you receiving letters from the IRS claiming you owe back taxes? Don Jr. here to tell you that every day the IRS is sending out thousands of lien notices to hardworking Americans like yourself. As penalties and interest fees pile up, the IRS gives you no clear path to resolution. Call Tax Network USA and their team of licensed tax professionals can help you solve your tax matters once and for all.
Call Tax Network USA at 1-800-780-8888 or visit tnusa.com.
This week on Red Pilled America, we explore Kamala Harris's mysterious time in Montreal and tell the story of a Donald Trump battle that planted the seed of the MAGA revolution. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
MMJHealth.com. Get approved for your card today. Medical marijuana made easy.
Real Radio weather.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Higher humidity today than the past few days, although those temperatures have started to come down. We will see high temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. That's also going to coincide with when we start to see some showers and storms build in. They'll build in from 95 to the west, and then we'll see a spot or two of shower drift back to the coastline overnight.
This report is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Injury Law Firm.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Today, we're the largest injury firm in the world, and I'm thankful to you for trusting us all these years. We'll always be here for the people, not the powerful. Injured? The choice is easy. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game. I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
The Greek Trifecta is sponsored by the Crazy Horse Saloon.
News Junkie is sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Love you, Diggs. Riggs.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Best part of that was Franny, and you lost a little. I was like, love you, Diggs, Riggs. I was thinking of Diggs because of the receiver. It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday, which is really Thursday if you're not following at home. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And Francis is here.
Hey.
And it is time for a Greek's Trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
Can the Amazings be amazing tonight? The Mets need a win to advance into the next round. They're playing the Brewers tonight in baseball. Yesterday, the Padres advanced the Royals and the Tigers. Yankees to play the Royals and the Tigers to play Cleveland. And then nationally, you got the Dodgers so far taking on San Diego. And we'll see what happens with the Phillies. Who they play, the Mets or the Brewers. Let's go, Mets! I feel comfortable about them tonight and confident. And we'll talk about that more in the Greek zone. There also is a football game tonight in Atlanta. So that means that Chick-fil-A will be open as the Falcons take on Tampa Bay. That's going to be a good game. Baker Mayfield on fire lately. He is 3-1. We'll talk about some player prop bets in the Greek zone later today. But that's going to be a good Thursday night football game. And the Miami Dolphins got more problems right now than you fill in the blank. Right now, they got a lot of issues offensively, defensively. On the sidelines Monday night, Tyreek Hill was bitching and moaning up a storm. McDaniel seems like he's lost the team in a short period of time, maybe 4 weeks, because in August everybody was loving him. Loved his way he was, and he related to the players. Now it seems like he doesn't have enough discipline on the players. And again, Dolphins not doing good in all aspects, not just offensively. Defensively, lost Phillips again to another injury, ACL. not good right now. Special teams not playing well. They're in New England, and they take on the Patriots. And I believe they're getting 1 or 2 in that game, too. So we'll see what happens. That will be a snooze fest. There's no doubt about it. You might want to bet the under because whoever wins might win 7-5. It's going to be a very interesting game. Greece Trifecta is sponsored by Pollard Coffee Bar and Iced Tea Treats. Peace.
So I got a couple text messages at 47142 from Credit to Tacos. Somebody's like, Jesus, Greek, I know it's a show, but how the hell do you make it through life? Soft tacos, really? Because you know the difference between hard shell tacos and soft tacos.
I never get tacos in my life.
And then we got a taco tip. It says, place the soft taco shell open on a plate and eat your crunchy taco over it. Everything that falls from that crunchy taco makes a new taco. So thank you for that taco tip. I've heard the same with the corn, because sometimes that soft corn can be very crumbly too, the soft corn tacos. And then somebody says, sometimes I feel like I'm falling apart and nobody loves me. But tacos fall apart and people still love them. I've seen that before in a shirt.
Oh, that's nice.
Right? That nice. And then we have bad credit history is better than no credit history. Bad credit can be repaired, whereas new credit takes time to build. We got a text message at 47142. Let's see. What else? Oh, we got Dom. I was unsure about you at first because Jimmy set the bar so high. I'm glad you proved me wrong because you suck. That's from Tony and Vero.
Thank you. It's only 3.5 weeks. I mean, yeah.
And then somebody says, hey, can Dom get the playbacks? So he can get our talkbacks. That is on the Real Radio app. It took some time for him, because he had a lot to do when Jimmy left in order to get his groove in, and he has. So we have that talkback feature, the iHeartRadio app. Just search for Real Radio 921, and you can leave us a message on there. You just click that microphone icon, and it's basically a voice message. We call them talkbacks, but we got one, and this is from our girl, Sarah B.
Here's my Woody Woodpecker impression.
So there you go. She gave
Love
us her
Penthouse.
That's not bad.
Her Woody Woodpecker's pretty solid.
Can you put that against Franny's or no?
Franny's pretty solid.
That was pretty good.
Franny's good.
Yeah, she went long too.
I have Franny's here. And here's Sarah.
Here's my Woody Woodpecker impression.
Yeah, mine sounds like it's dragging ass. Hers is very upbeat.
Yeah.
Mine sounds tired.
Yeah. Yours sounds like a weekend in South
My
Beach.
Woodpecker is stoned.
Yeah.
She's very tired.
Sarah, good job.
Yeah, nice job, Sarah. So yes, that talkback feature is back in action if you want to utilize it. I know Jeremy, Palm Beach's finest pool guy, he likes to leave them. So we are back and doing it.
So Jelly Roll is the country star. And I didn't really know much about him, just heard some of his songs. And I saw an interview with him a couple times. And when I heard about his past and everything like that, and then one of my, acquaintances knew him years ago. And when he told me the story, I always thought he was kidding me, but he was in jail with him. And I was like, you were? I thought he was kidding. Then I found out he said he was arrested like 40 times and did some serious time. And, it's a good message for everybody. You know what? You can start your life over at any time.
Mm-hmm. Drug-related and robbery stuff is what he went to prison for.
Yeah, not great
times.
stuff.
No.
I mean,
But yes, you are around 40 times, starting around the age of 14.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg's another one. He was arrested like 100 times.
That whole crew, the family.
Yeah, they were just the Baldwins, another group. But Joey, like I said, he just really turned on. And also, he turned it on a little bit, later in life. Not like he was a kid. And he has a lot to do this year with the NCAA. He's getting involved in there with the songs, and he's singing the national anthem. But
Jelly Roll became famous in his mid-30s, basically.
Yeah.
And it takes some time. Like normally when you think about people getting,
Yep.
they started very early age, and he may have, but yeah, he's, I think, maybe 35 or something, because he's almost 40 now.
Yeah, so God bless him. I mean, again, there's a lesson for everybody out there. If you got some troubles, you know what? You're like, hey, I messed up my whole life. And you might have made mistakes. We all do, but you could always bounce back. But I think it's an interesting story about him. Not a lot of people, talk about it or know about it. If you're a fan of his, yeah, but they don't really publicize that. I think it's time for our giveaway.
Yeah, it is. Let's fill up those phone lines, 877-927-6969. We are going to play Who's Most Likely To. That's where I give you a scenario, and you just have to decide who fits that scenario. And what we're giving away is a pair of tickets to go see Thomas Rhett That show is happening September 4th, so you got to wait a little bit, but you'll have those tickets to go. This is happening, I think, Financial Amphitheater. Tickets are on sale now. If you're like, man, you know what? I just can't chance it trying to play to win those tickets, but I want to go see him. You can get those tickets on sale now. But if you want to win them for free from us, there's tickets to see Thomas Rhett. Give us a call, 877-927-6969.
Great. Dominic will answer the phone, get you on, and we'll start the contest. Again, Thomas Rhett tickets. Great show, and you'll enjoy yourself. Every day in the Penthouse, we have a giveaway. And again, remind you, tomorrow we will be live at the Crazy Horse Saloon, 4240 North Lake Avenue. Stop in there. You'll have a great time. Lunch is awesome there. You'll love the cheeseburgers. Have a Tito's on me, but first come up to me and tell me you're doing it. And you'll have a good time.
Yeah, just don't order from the bar and say, Greek's buying it for me, because that happens.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
That's not how it works.
People go up to you and they're like, hey, Greek, what happened?
As much as I like to bust Greek chops, I never take advantage of them, and I see people do it all the time.
Yeah. And just tell me. That's it.
Yes, that's all you got to do. Or how about ask?
Yeah.
Don't just tell me. Just be like, hey, you're buying me a drink. How
Yeah.
about just if you want?
Yeah. I was in a place the other night, and some girl left me a tab from a couple of weeks ago, and I walked in, and the girl's like, you have a tab? And I'm like, I haven't been here in like 3 weeks. She goes, no, so-and-so left it. I'm like, are you kidding me? And it cracks me up. Like,
Even when you're not there.
I wasn't there.
That's nuts.
I'm like, what's going on? Give us a call at 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. And you'll have an opportunity to win tickets to Thomas Rhett. It's going to be a great concert, and you'll have them. Yeah, I think that's stones when you leave somebody a tab. And I'm not there. At least let me be there. We did work with a girl once in a while who was pretty funny. She would work with me, and then I would leave, and then she would leave me a tab. And they were high tabs, too. I'd be like, what? And then she would always be like, and it's not Franny, she would always be like, well, you better check that. No, I checked it. I know what it is. Crazy, some of the stuff people do. I think, Don, we have somebody at home?
We do. We have Michael ready for the game.
Michael, what's happening?
Not a whole lot. How y'all doing?
We're doing great, Michael. Thank you for always listening to Real Radio. Do you know how this works?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Okay, so we're doing who's most likely to. Now, it's up to you guys. Do we want to add Dom in the mix, or do you still want to just do... What do you think, Dom?
I think we could add him.
Up to you guys.
Yeah, let's
All
add
right.
him.
Okay, so I think, he's been with us for a few weeks, so I'll keep it kind of simple, but you got to think of it. Is it who are we going to vote for here in the studio? Greek, Dom, or myself, Franny? So hopefully you get this right, and you'll get those tickets to Thomas Rhett. Just give us a moment to place our votes, and I will cue you up for your answer. So out of Dom, Greek, or Franny, I think you got this. Who's most likely to wear the same clothes for a week?
I'm going to have to go with Dom.
We didn't even have to cue you for your answer, but luckily we voted, and you would be correct. We did vote for Dom.
It was close, though.
Was it? Okay. All fingers pointed to Dom.
Eyes, fingers, everyone was just looking at me.
Everybody just looked at you.
He wears a lot of dark clothes.
We know it wouldn't be you, G-Man. We know that for sure. It could have been between me and Dom. It could have.
Well, thanks for listening.
Yes,
I hope you
congrats.
enjoy the show.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
You too.
just hang on so Dom can get your information.
And if you hang up when we lose you, don't get worried. You can just call back, and we'll get you.
And tomorrow, if you're like, well, what are you guys doing tomorrow? We do Florida Man Fridays, where I give you Florida headlines, and you have to tell me which one's the fake one out of the three. And for that, we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to see the Experience Hendrix show that is happening this month, Friday, October 18th at the Pompano Beach Amphitheater, where you get to see legendary guitarists like Dweezil Zappa, Eric Johnson, Zakk Wylde, a bunch more. So that's tomorrow at 12:45.
There it is. Every day we have a giveaway on the Penthouse. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to Real Radio, also supporting our sponsors. We do appreciate all that. And it's our way of saying thank you. Don't forget the keyword. That's another way you can win $1,000. And most people, when they hear a contest, they're like, nobody ever wins. We do. We have winners. We definitely.
We really do. And speaking of that, go to realradio921.com/contest, because that's one of those things, too, that people are just like, why am I going to register to win for stuff? Because there's no way I'm going to win. I'm telling you, a lot of people think that way.
Yeah.
So go there, because your chances are actually a lot better than you think. And you can actually register for each one of those things that's on that page, too.
Yeah,
and most of the time, it's the stuff we give away on air.
And we had a winner yesterday, $1,000. Last time we did this contest, we had 3. Real Radio led the charge out of all the stations. There's 12 in a cluster. We were number 1.
because you guys are the best and you listen all the time and we appreciate it. And so get out there when you get that keyword, make it happen, and you win $1,000. I know and it's rare. There's not a lot of people who could say they've won $1,000 in any capacity. Maybe gambling, maybe they won it, maybe a lottery ticket. But when you win it, it's a great feeling. Do you think of anything? I mean, have you ever won $1,000 for anything? Can you think of?
No.
Dom, have you?
No.
No. I mean, it's a great feeling. I mean, it sucks to lose $1,000, but it's great to win $1,000.
I didn't know that either.
Which is good. It's a good thing if you haven't known that. But this is a great chance because you can't lose it. You can only win. So take the keyword, run with it, and you guys will definitely be happy with a smile on your face. We had a winner yesterday. Or last time we did it, we had 3 winners, which is unbelievable, on the Penthouse on Real Radio, which we always want to thank you guys for always tuning in. After us, it is the Greek Zone, and then the News Junkies take you the rest of the afternoon. And the Panthers, we're going to have them this year on Real Radio. First time ever. We had them the last couple of years just for the playoff run. This year, we have them for the whole season. And Tuesday night's game against the Boston Bruins is the first game of the season home. And they're doing all their special stuff, the whole thing with the cup and everything like that. So that'll be Tuesday night on Real Radio, which is awesome. We also are the home of the Gators. They play this week, but that is late on Saturday night. I believe it's a 7:30 and a 4:30 pregame. They are playing this Saturday. So you got the Gators Saturday. Tuesday night, you got the Panthers. Always excited about that on Real Radio. 877-927-6969. Give us a call. If you have a certain day that you're like, hey, man, every time this day comes out, I do well. Is it Monday? Is it Sunday? Is it Saturday? What day is the best day for you? Do you feel like, you know what, things go your way? Dominic's pondering right now. And did you know that gas is cheaper on Monday and Fridays? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I read that last night, and somebody told me that the other day. They said, if you're ever going to get gas, go on Mondays or Fridays. And I was like, really? I would think that Fridays would be more expensive. But he said that. And
well, gas has been like the same.
Well, he just said it's usually cheaper on Mondays and Fridays. So.
So I haven't noticed much of like a change where I'm at. So, okay.
Yeah, gas is pretty good right now.
Who's he?
He's a buddy of mine. But then I looked up an article.
I was like, who is he?
And then I looked up this article that said the same thing, Mondays and Fridays. What I would think Fridays would be your most expensive because it's the weekend, you know, and people getting ready. So I'm going to wait to get gas until tomorrow because I can save a couple pennies. It is the Greek. It is Dominic. It is Francis. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Don't forget, we're going to be live tomorrow at the Crazy Horse Saloon. Stop down. Get a Tito's on me. But ask me. Again, ask me. We'll pick somebody out of the crowd to play me in 7 games. This is week 5. So far, 4 weeks, only 1 winner.
And his name is?
Oh, man. Arnold.
No.
Andy?
No.
Rex?
No.
What the hell's his name?
Eric.
Eric. How do I know? I know your dog's name's Romeo.
It's not.
Romo. I'm getting close.
Getting there.
I'm getting there. Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day. And if it was, there was no unions. It is the Greek, Francis, and Dominic. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
We'll be your friend. Follow us at Real Radio 92.1 on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Thursday commute up to speed along the Palm Beaches. We are looking good on the expressways. No significant delays on 95. The Turnpike is accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer custom-made faux wood and real wood blinds and shutters, cellular shades, Roman shades, bamboo shades, exterior shades, and more. All at factory direct prices. Don't pay too much for new blinds. Go to Blindster.com.
Hey, it's Greek, and I'm here with Diane. And they are a client at Coastal Weight Loss Secret. Thanks for coming in. So how much weight have you lost?
27 pounds.
That's incredible. How do you feel?
I feel great. I have energy. Definitely not starving between meals.
Tell me the biggest benefits you've seen from Coastal Weight Loss Secret.
I was bummed out about my weight. I've done other weight loss programs, and they just never got me anywhere. And sounded very successful with you, and I figured I would give it a shot. I don't want to stop. I want to get healthy. I want to get to a good weight. I'm going to do this.
Thanks so much for sharing another great success story with Coastal Weight Loss Secret. To learn the secret of losing up to 1 pound of unhealthy fat per day and start your own success story, call 561-464-3110. CoastalWeightLossSecret.com. coastalweightlossecret.com for more information.
When the going gets tough, the tough get StormSmart. Since 1996, StormSmart has simplified the process of protecting your home. Our storm catcher screens and shutters are designed and manufactured here in Florida. Along with impact windows and doors, StormSmart ensures your experience from purchase through installation is seamless. We know what it takes to keep your home safe, livable, and beautiful. Because Smart is making it easy to protect your home. And Smart is simple. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Hayes the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market. Whether it's prepared foods, meats, seafood, pizza, fruits and vegetables, catering for any occasion, cold cuts or bakery, Joseph is the answer. It's all under that roof, baby. 4 locations: West Palm Beach, Delray, Gardens, and Boca Raton. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin. Joseph's Classic Market is a proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron 2024. Peace.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you been injured in a motor vehicle accident? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Higher humidity today than the past few days, although those temperatures have started to come down. We will see high temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. That's also going to coincide with when we start to see some showers and storms build in. They'll build in from 95 to the west, and then we'll see a spot or two of showers just back to the coastline overnight.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
October's Cybersecurity Awareness Month. One way to help protect yourself is updating your passwords. Using the same one for multiple accounts can make you vulnerable to cyber criminals. But for comprehensive identity theft protection, you need LifeLock. Start a 30-day free trial at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword cash at realradio921.com. That's cash. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Hey, you're back in the Penthouse on a little Friday. What's going on? Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you're tuning in all of the time because we got Red Zone revenue back. Yes, that means we have up to 13 chances a day for you to score $1,000. iHeartRadio is giving you that money, so you better take it. This is Franny. Good afternoon, Dom.
Hey, Franny.
Hey, Dom.
What happened to Greek?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, hey. Oh, there he is. Hey, G-Man. What's up?
I was here all along. You just didn't see me.
You just didn't see me.
You didn't see me. You were looking at your phone.
You just didn't. No, I can still see you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Look at your phone real quick.
Yep, still see you. Peripheral vision.
All right, let me tell you. If you can see me, tell me what logo I have on my shirt.
You're wearing a coat.
Okay, if I take off my coat. You're not looking at me. Now look at your phone.
You're wearing a Breakers logo.
How did you know?
Because I can see you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was
You're not
here.
invisible.
That corner of the eye, man. She's got good vision in the corner of the eye.
Oh, you can't get anything.
I got
past
bartender ears and eyes. I see everything.
I know. You can't get past anything with Franny.
I see everything.
She has it down pat. Ooh, we got an interesting story about Dominic. Ooh, we might be able to peel a layer back of the onion after the Florida stories.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida.
I'm from Florida?
WTF.
What the Florida?
Oh, excuse me. Hold on, a little sip of water.
Tomorrow we'll be at the Crazy Horse Saloon.
I just need a little sip.
Okay, well, I didn't know.
I was like, Jesus. I just need a little sip of water.
I was just trying to help.
I thank you. Appreciate it. Alrighty. So, Florida stories. Let's start with a very, very slow car chase that happened here in our beautiful state of Florida. In fact, I think most of us can run faster than this car was going, 3 miles per hour. Well, at first the vehicle was going around 10 to 20 miles per hour, and this person who was going 10 to 20 at the time kicked somebody out of the car.
Get out!
Out of a moving car. Yes. Cal McNary is a person who got arrested and is in custody. They said he is accused of kicking a passenger out of his black Kia Sorento, and then as he's driving, and this is State Road 100. They said after that, according to a press release, the victim stated that McNary wouldn't drive faster than 15 to 20 miles an hour, and they stopped to switch places so the victim could drive because he was like, dude, like, what's going on? Why are you going so damn slow? So when they went to stop and switch places, that's when McNary ran into the street, started waving at cars passing by before McNary was placed in the passenger seat. However, as the victim was getting into the driver's seat, because McNary went like he was going to go in the passenger seat, he was like, just kidding. And he kicked him out, hopped back in the driver's seat, and drove off.
Yeah.
So they said that he drove through the intersection of US 1 where he was in Otisstone, where he was involved in a hit and run at that time. The victim of the crash told deputies that McNary his driving came to a complete stop in front of the vehicle she was riding in without giving the driver enough time for her to stop. So eventually, they start going after him. Dude's not even going 15 to 20 at this time. He's just going 3 miles per hour. But they still had to use stop sticks to stop his slow-moving vehicle.
At 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
They issued commands on their public address system, which he absolutely ignored. Deputies said he made several U-turns and eventually landed in a ditch, even after those stop sticks. They said that, yes, the deputies, 3 of them, approached the SUV. They said and shattered a rear window in order to get him out because he was in the ditch too. They said he complied with orders and as they helped him exit the vehicle, and they were able to place him in handcuffs and arrest him. Does not say here if any drugs or alcohol or anything was involved in this situation where he's going 3 miles per hour. Then we have an incident where a Florida woman had a very, very close call. And I mean, very close call. So Jennifer Ong now faces charges of shooting into an occupied dwelling. She was in her apartment and she was a bit drunky poo when she decided that she was going to shoot her gun. And she shot her gun towards the wall, which then went through into her neighbor's apartment. They said that the neighbor said she was asleep when she was startled by a loud bang. The bullet struck the pillow where one of the victims was lying on, narrowly missing her. Like, this woman was laying on this pillow.
You want to talk about luck?
Yes. Went through the wall, hit the pillow. They went over. They found out it came from Jennifer's apartment. When cops arrived, she admitted to consuming alcohol before the incident and was arrested and booked into the county jail. Now, this one's a little wackadoo, too. There's a longer story, but I'm going to give you the cliff notes that come to this. It is a mother and son that were using a real estate business for prostitution ring.
Nice!
The family that pimps together,
Stays together.
family that pimps together stays together. Is that right? For almost 25 years.
25 years?
A Florida man and his mother reportedly ran a prostitution ring. Police say that Margarita Von Lambert used her realtor's license as a means of laundering illicit proceeds to her son, Christopher Jelovic. According to the affidavit, many of the escorts working for the mother and son team were registered as real estate agents and had valid real estate license.
Wow.
Their company, Pretty Woman Escorts,
pretty simple,
reportedly offered the services of Latin American and European women for $300 to $400 an hour.
That's not bad.
This business, in turn, was allegedly hidden behind another company that police say was being used as a front, Boca Art Studios. Have you heard of Boca Art Studios, G-Man?
No.
But yeah, they were doing
25 years, that's
They said
amazing.
a Florida man and his mother jointly ran a sprawling prostitution ring for nearly a quarter century, washing hundreds of thousands of dollars via various front companies, real estate purchase, all kinds of stuff. The pair was eventually nabbed when they were about to flee the country. They said based on intelligence gathered and evidence obtained from records, there is a reason to believe that Margarita was using her Florida realtor's license to felicitate the laundering of illicit proceeds for her son. They said this is a crazy thing. Many of the escorts working for the mother and son, as I mentioned, were registered. So they did have valid real estate license. So I wonder if they gave them the money to take the courses, the test, or somehow did it for them. I don't know. This is really crazy.
But they were legitimate real estate
Yeah,
people.
they had legit real estate licenses. So with the prostitutes, escorts. Yeah, they said that.
Maybe time for you to look for a house.
They said that her son and she's 70, her son's 48. They were arrested September 11th and 12th, respectively. They said shortly after they noticed the son bought plane tickets to Brazil in the middle of the night. They were about to escape. They were both detained on felony charges of money laundering and deriving support from the proceeds of prostitution.
Oh, man, 25 years. What a run they had.
Yeah, they had a racket for a while. Yeah, crazy story. There's a big article on this, but like I said, that's just your Cliff Notes.
That's a long one.
Uh-huh. What? And that is you with Florida.
Great job, Francis. If you just turned the radio on for the first time in the last couple of weeks, where you been? No, I'm only kidding. Jimmy's no longer with us. He's with the company in a different capacity, but we got Dom. Picked him up as a free agent. He's doing a very good job. And he's got an interesting story, and every day we all learn about Dom. Like Jason was on with us last week. I never knew that Jason played saxophone for years.
Yeah, he's great. I've seen his bands play. Well, he was in a band, and every now and then he does. But quickly, Dom, I'm so sorry, because somebody's like, I entered cash, and it's the wrong word, because you probably entered it too late, so we need to give you the 1 o'clock word if you missed it.
Yeah, there's a little problem with that. I'm trying to get Jason.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay. Is the 1 o'clock word, is it saying it's cash?
Yes.
Aha. All right. Well, so we will fix it for you, and before the 1 o'clock hour is over, we will let you know what that word is.
So, Don, tell us your story yesterday about something that happened, and then we'll tag on this and ask the audience and the rest of the Penthouse, would they feel bad?
This may be one of those am I the a-hole situations.
Okay.
Maybe
not. So, I about 3 or 4 months ago, I got in a car accident. It wasn't my fault. I've been seeing a chiropractor, physical therapist place since then.
Oh, yeah. Your car, I saw pictures of it. That thing was smashed.
Yep.
That was your Corvette. It was nice.
Yep. 3 herniated discs.
Oh.
So I've been dealing with that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I've been going to this physical therapy place, chiropractor. Last week, the storm hit, and I had to reschedule for this Monday. I went in this Monday at 5:30 p.m., and as normal, there was 2 receptionists there, and I go inside to go get my massage. And for some reason, the massage therapist wasn't there, and the receptionist walked in and proceeded to start giving me my massage.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
Is she a masseuse and a receptionist?
now you see the problem there.
Okay.
So she started using this massage gun on me, and it wasn't enjoyable.
The Theraguns, yeah.
Yep. And this place, I've been loving this place so far. The doctors there have been great, and I'm not going to mention their name, of course, but been loving the place. And this lady started just using the massage gun. It was not enjoyable at all. I told her, hey, let's stop this.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay, well, we'll stop with the gun. And then she proceeded to put the lotion on and started just went right into rubbing my back. And
Okay.
I could tell instantly right then. She had no experience.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think we're gonna stop here. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to stop this. If there's no doctor here, I don't want to be worked on right now.
Or the massage therapist or physical
exactly.
therapist, whoever. Yeah.
No one. It was 2 receptionists in the whole room.
It's weird.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna, just come back tomorrow because my next appointment was tomorrow, which was yesterday. And when I'm on my way out, the other receptionist was like, oh, I don't think you want to do that because it won't look good for you for your case if you don't continue with this.
The massage.
with the massage. But I was like, there's no one here to give me my correct massage. I'm not continuing.
No, what was the reason that nobody was there?
I guess that because it was a makeup day for the storm, there was a scheduling mishap.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, because I was been going after work at 6.
Yeah.
And I guess the massage therapist already left, the physical therapist already left, the doctor already left, but there was 2 receptionists still there.
But it was a booked appointment. It wasn't like a walk-in. Okay.
And they called me beforehand, letting me know, hey, we're waiting for you. You're the last appointment. But they didn't mention that there was no massage therapist, no doctor. So I went in there and I was just like totally caught off guard and ended up walking out in more pain than I actually walked in there with. And then I walked Tuesday. I saw the doctor, and she could tell right away. Like, she was like, "Hey, what's up? How you been?" And she could tell right away in my face that something was up.
Yeah.
She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I had a horrible experience here yesterday," and she ended up terminating the employee. I found out yesterday.
So you're not an a-hole.
Not at all. And as she should. Oh
no,
my God, of course. Of course, that's another thing. As she should have terminated that employee. Because as you mentioned, she is not a professional at what she does. She's not a chiropractor. She's not a physical therapist. She's not a masseuse. And she could have messed you up more than she did. With that Thorogun, those things are heavy. I know. I mean, those things are insane. And not just that, even with a massage in the wrong place with the ailments that you're dealing with, that doctor is lucky she doesn't have a lawsuit against her, and that's how bad it could have been. So I'm thinking you may not have been the only one that this girl put her hands on and was trying to play massage therapist. Yeah, and luckily you're the one who said something. So I think you did this chiropractor a solid.
And then there's the whole thing of like, if you get really down to it, who's signed the paperwork? Because someone's supposed to sign the paperwork at the end of the day. And
yeah.
There's no doctor there.
No. I think that you did this business a solid because it could have gotten way worse. They could have had a lawsuit. They really could have.
If you get done with this case, sue them.
Like I said, I like the doctor. I've been liking the doctor. It's just
thank God
one
you
bad
left
time
when you did, because like you said, if you would have allowed her to keep on working on you, she could have made the situation a lot worse. And you knew that.
She wanted to do like other like shock therapy and stuff. I was just like, no.
Shock therapy?
Well, like where they put the like the TENS machine on you. Is that what you mean? Like the TENS machine, where it's those things that pulsate on you?
That. And then some other they have other different type of therapies too.
Wow. Yeah.
But she was stepping like she was licensed, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
You sure she even worked there?
Mm-hmm. She said she was there for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Then that's not the first.
She probably in her head was just like, well, I've seen him do it, so maybe I can do it. And no, it doesn't work like that.
Yep.
I don't think you're the a-hole whatsoever. I think that the doctor should be appreciative, the chiropractor, of what you told her, because like this could have happened more than once to other people.
Well, I'm sure it has.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Dom's the first person she worked on. Maybe when they get in the pinch, she's like, hey, you know what? I'll jump in and I'll do it.
Yep.
Which is probably something that happened. But I don't think you're the a-hole. If you think so, I mean, she got fired. That sucks.
As she should have, I think.
Yeah, you don't ever want to see somebody lose their job, but if they're not doing the right thing, and then if you get injured, then it's not a good situation. Dom, what do we have, the girl?
No, it was actually, no, that would have been bad. But we just had Evan call in. He actually gave us the keyword before I even got to the boss man. He said the keyword is check.
Check. CHECK.
Now, he could be lying. I don't know.
I actually got another text at 47142, and it says 1 o'clock word is check.
Aha. Bingo.
So there you go. So somebody else text that.
Way to be, Evan. Thank you for jumping in and helping us. Evan's a great guy and a big listener for years. Appreciate your time and your effort, Evan. Good job there. Always trying to help out other people. Dominic went into his massage place. He got into an accident, and some other woman stepped in. Did you think when she first came in, this was my question to you, like, hey, you're not the girl that I always get? Did you think that?
I instantly knew something was up, because it's like usually she'll like bring me into the room. Hey, go in here. You can take your shirt off, lay down.
Yeah.
And then that's where I went. And then as soon as the person walked in, I could hear, oh, hey, it's like instantly like, oh, that's not the massage therapist. That's the receptionist that just walked me in here.
To me, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy that they would even lay their hands on you without being licensed.
Yeah, that's a little nuts. It really is. It happened to me one time when I went to a doctor, and some girl came into the room who usually doesn't like check my weight and everything like that. And I thought she was a receptionist, but she did both. But it turned out to be a great thing. But, you just never know sometimes when things change and people change and you want to ask. That's something, though, I think in the situation going forward, you ask before she puts her hands on you. Like, hey, are you licensed for this? Are you qualified?
I guess you would, with Dom or whoever, I think you would just assume, okay, they're bringing me in the room, they must be.
Yeah.
Right?
But you could ask and say, hey, are you licensed for this? Usually I have somebody else. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And if she is, she would say, or he would say, yeah, obviously I am. Because in this situation, like you said, Franny made a good point. They could have made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
I
it sounds like they did.
I did leave a little bit more pain than I walked in there for sure.
I'll take your case.
I know you like this place and you wouldn't, and they're lucky that you're not more litigious and that you would not be somebody who would want to sue because somebody else may have.
Yep.
That was in your position.
Yeah, you can say every time you drive by a massage place, you got to quench. You get nervous, you're all worried. You're like,
PTSD.
I got to be honest. Yeah, I got that. You guys got to give me tickets to the Dolphins. 877-927-6969. Have you ever been in a situation like that? When somebody, I've heard like people give haircuts, like going for a haircut and the girl's out or the guy's out and they're like, Denise could take care of you, or Joe, he's open. And that's where people get like leery. But I can't see where somebody like something like that, not a good thing. I know somebody who just went through that with Botox, this girl. And the girl was telling her like, no problem. I do this all the time. He's just not here. You could wait. And she had it done. And she was happy. Everything was fine. But again, she was a little bit nervous because the girl never did it. And it was always a guy she went to when she went to the place. But
this girl was licensed to do so, and she's done Botox before. She just has never done the girl's Botox.
Yes, that's what she said. But she said she was still a little nervous because, again, she never did it. But she did ask her, are you licensed? Do you do this? And she said, yes, I do it all the time, yada, yada. But if you want to wait for the doctor, you can. And she went, and it was cool. But she said she was nervous. So, anytime you're doing something, you're going to the same place, obviously, and something changes up, you ask.
Yeah, when I was there, I was like, if there's no doctor here, why am I here right now?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
And because places like that, chiropractors, even medical spas, stuff like that, they have a lot of nurse practitioners and people and estheticians who have learned or are licensed to do stuff like fillers and Botox. And even I'm sure with what you're talking about with masseuse and physical therapy. But even though they can do it, they still have to work under the license of a doctor. And a doctor has to be in the building present just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Even if they're not working on you, they got to be there.
So how did she respond when you told her about all this? Was she surprised?
Yeah, surprised, embarrassed.
How do you know she got fired? They told you?
I went back yesterday.
Oh, and they said she's gone.
Yeah, she pulled me in the office right away, said, hey, I'm totally sorry about that. She's been terminated.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you feel bad?
She was trying to tell me not to feel bad, that she was already on her way out the door.
Oh, okay.
But she also said she's been there for 3 to 4 years, So
did you feel bad?
A little bit, but she was in the wrong for sure right away. I knew it right away.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. You told on somebody you didn't do something wrong. She shouldn't have been there. You felt uncomfortable. I'm sure if you felt okay, it wouldn't have been an issue. But if you got more pain, then you're like, well, what the hell's going on? And then when you find out that he or she is not licensed, you get concerned.
I also felt like it was a waste of time, though, that they had me there without an actual masseuse, without an actual doctor,
Yeah. 100%.
And it was a makeup appointment.
I hope they didn't charge her insurance or anything like that, too.
That's the next thing, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so for grief, time, effort, we'll take $100,000 out of court. $40,000 cash under the table. 877-927-6969. Do you know your credit score? And also, how about your spouse? Is that important if you know your spouse's credit score? Is that something you could ask somebody if you're dating them? Hey, what's your credit score? Or do you think that's crossing a line? Dominic went to a place yesterday. He got a procedure done, but it was somebody who didn't work on him. When something changes for you at a doctor's office or wherever you are, do you ask right away, well, who are you? What's going on? For me, it worked out fantastic when somebody new came in. Who do we have?
We have Chris on the phone.
Chris, what's happening?
Hey, how's Penthouse doing today?
We're doing good, buddy. 242. Doing real good.
Absolutely. Whatever that means, Greek, I agree.
It's 242 at Monroe's on Thursday nights.
Okay, I didn't know what I meant either, Chris. So
2 bottles of Grey Goose and a bottle of champagne. 242.
After this many years, Greek, I don't even question it, brother.
No, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
Not at all. I just wanted to call to say how much I love the show. I will always listen, and I wanted to just give my disdain for Dom.
He likes it. Dom has gone over well with a lot of people. I'm out every single night, and people listen to the show all the time, come up to me, and anytime there's a change, obviously most people don't like change, but he's done a good job. He's been with us in other capacity, too. It's not like he's, stranger off the street.
Actually, today's 7 years today.
Wow.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But you've done a great job.
Thank you.
You've done a great job.
I mean, to be honest, I heard his voice, and, I got the runs today. I just...
Wow. That's different. Wow.
I've never heard of anybody's voice doing that to somebody's body before. So, wow.
That is
man.
Unbelievable. I hope you're not working.
I don't know if that's a turn on or a turn off.
I would say off. For me, it would be a turn off. But maybe for most, a lot of people are out there. A lot of things that you hear with people, like they'll say stuff to you, and you'll be like, wow. That's a turn on for you, but you never know.
Hey, man, everyone's got their fetish, brother.
Yeah, they do. And I guess you got to be comfortable enough to, want to be have a fetish or something that's unique. Like somebody says to you, will you choke me out? I'm like, nah. Why don't you borrow $200,000 from the Genoveses and not pay them back? They'll choke you out.
What? Oh, my God. This is why I love you guys. This is it.
That's true. These are true things. Somebody said that to me. I said, go borrow $200,000 from the mob and don't pay him back. They'll choke you out. You won't have a problem.
Greek, you're one of a kind, brother. I love it, man.
I wish there was 2 of me. I agree.
That's just so you can make more money.
Yeah, but then you spend more, obviously. I mean, the key is not to spend more than you make, obviously. So if there was 2 of me, forget it. There would be a real big problem. There's no doubt about it. And a lot of time, it's boredom.
I don't think Franny could handle 2 of you.
I don't know.
She has a hard time now. I mean, I give Freddie credit 4 hours a day. I mean, and we basically get along. I mean, we basically do. I mean, I stay in line.
You got it.
I got it. I'm LB. A lot of my friends tell me with her. Like, they listen to the show. They go, oh, you're so LB with her. Because they know me outside of the station and the show and stuff like that. LB means little bitch if you're following. Because basically, I'm afraid of Franny. We know that. But no, I mean, give her 4 hours a day. That's a lot. Again, I've said this many times. We spend more, I can't account for Franny, obviously, with nights with her husband. But you spend more times with somebody like this than somebody you're dating or living with actual waking hours. Because when you go home, you get home 5, 6 o'clock, you eat dinner, maybe up to 10, whatever. You got things going on, house, bills, kids, dogs, you got enough, and then you go to bed. So 4 hours a day for this long, that says a lot. I mean, that's like Freddie's on my list, like if I had dinner plans, like, hey, you want to come? I'm like, hey, Freddie, want to have dinner? She wouldn't go, but she's on my list.
At least you tried,
Yeah, she tried. She's coming to Christmas party.
It's such a fake try, though. You
Yeah.
want to have dinner, I'm like, I have to work. Yeah, and like he knows that I
you're
can't.
busy.
He always asks when he knows I can't.
I would take you out to dinner any night of the week for the next 10 years. There it is. 10 years. I'm telling you.
I've heard you tried to take Megan out to dinner for pedicures. It's like, there's no specialness around here.
Oh, my God. You really? God, it's nothing.
Girls chat. It's fun.
Oh, my God.
Pedicures of Megan now, huh?
Oh, yeah. I want to take her for pedicures and dinner.
I didn't say dinner. I said pedicures. I said pedicures. We got to bring her in. She threw in dinner.
Oh, we will.
She was in your seat yesterday.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure she was.
We had 30 minutes with Megan. It was fun.
No, Megan's a trip. She definitely is. And Carmine's good, too. I know you don't like him, Dom, but he's...
Whoa. I have an event with him in like 4 hours.
You have an event with him?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you said you have to be in bed with him in 4 hours. I was like, wow, what are you guys into? That's crazy. Where's your event? Tell everybody.
Oh, Clematis. It's like a workout event on Clematis Street.
A workout event, huh?
Yes.
Carmine was on what was he? He's with some doctor. He lost a ton of weight.
He did coastal weight loss for a while, right?
Yeah, he lost like 40, 50.
Well, you advertised for coastal weight loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Joel Malkin.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them. Joel lost a real lot. I mean, he did. But Carmine, I didn't realize how much weight he lost. Carmine still holds the record for FaceTime with his girlfriend every time. I think every day he told me about 4.5 hours a day.
Ouch.
They're on FaceTime. That's a lot. 4.5 hours.
What happened to working?
He's on Wild. They don't do anything. Are you kidding me? It's Taylor Swift on Wild 95.5. We'll be back in a couple minutes. We'll give you a chance to win tickets. It is the Penthouse on a, what is it, Thursday? Thursday, we'll come back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some Red Zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword check at realradio921.com. That's check. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
I-95 and the Florida Turnpike, both up to speed along the Palm Beaches. It is a good Thursday afternoon drive. No major delays or incidents. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. If your supply chain demands a flexible workforce, hire with Express Employment Professionals. With contract and full-time workers from Express Employment, you get the staff you need and manage contingent labor costs. Learn more at ExpressPros.com. That's ExpressPros.com.
Hey, it's Greek. Tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Treats. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greek's Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
Come on out to the Vero Bowl this Sunday for our next Miller Lite Pro Football watch party of the season as Miami takes on New England. Great food and drink specials, including $3 Miller Lite drafts during all televised pro football games all season long. Plenty of Real Radio swag and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Vero Bowl Lounge and Lanes, 929 14th Lane in Vero Beach. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's and Palm Beach. Watch the game with beautiful girls every Monday night. All new game booths available. Whether your team wins or loses, you're a winner at Monroe's. Bottle packages all night long. Raffles and beer bucket specials during every live game. It's Monroe's and Palm Beach. Monday night, that's where you need to watch football. 7 days a week, Monroe's is open with the beautiful ladies and a 5-star restaurant. Get over to Monroe's today. They make a good night a great night at Monroe's and Palm Beach. Peace.
When the going gets tough, the tough get Storm Smart. Since 1996, Storm Smart has simplified the process of protecting your home while increasing its living space and beauty. Because smart is easy. Call 866-61-SMART today for your free in-home consultation.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. 777. New patients, only 77. Bring a family member, only 67. Transfer patients, just 57. Call 561-269-4137. Again, that's 561-269-4137.
This time of year, a lot of people are rolling back into town after spending their summer up north. But even if you're just here for the winter, you gotta look after your garage door like a local. Us full-timers know your garage door has been down here with the rest of us all summer, holding back the rainstorms and the dust bunnies and the blistering heat. You can't just waltz in, crack a beer, push a button, and just expect everything to work like a charm. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Our annual service check will make sure your garage door is ready for winter. We check the rollers, clean the tracks, and lubricate the drive system. We'll even change the batteries in your remote. You blend right in with the rest of the locals, and we all go back to making fun of the tourists. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage, and we'll come over and make it right. Hey, you gotta be from somewhere.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Hey, South Florida, it's Franny, and fall is here, and that means shopping season. So if you need extra cash and ready to sell your car, then you gotta check out GimmeTheVin.com. Get top dollar for your used car right now at GimmeTheVin.com. They're 5-star rated by the Better Business Bureau and pay more than their competitors. If they can't beat your CarMax offer, they'll pay you $100. It's fast, pressure-free, and they'll even pick up your car for free. Visit GimmeTheVin.com today and get your check on the spot.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the physicians at MMJ Health.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Only at Lowe's, MVP Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500. Discount on eligible product only and reflected in quote. Restrictions apply. See Pro Desk for details. MVP Pro Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms subject to change.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Higher humidity today than the past few days, although those temperatures have started to come down. We will see high temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. That's also going to coincide with when we start to see some showers and storms build in. They'll build in from 95 to the west, and then we'll see a spot or two of shower drift back to the coastline overnight.
This report is sponsored by Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections.
I'm Wendy Sartori-Link, your Palm Beach County Supervisor of Elections. Palm Beach County is election ready. Protecting your vote is our top priority. Rest assured, every eligible vote will be secure and counted accurately. Your vote matters. Visit votepalmbeach.gov.
I'm Carrie Champion, and this is Season 4 of Naked Sports. Up first, I explore the making of a rivalry. Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Every great player needs a foil.
People are talking about women's basketball just because of one single game. I just come here to play basketball every single day.
Clark and Reese have changed the way we consume women's sports. Listen to The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Making of a Rivalry, Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese, and start listening.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
It is The Penthouse on a Thursday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio. Don't forget, tomorrow we're on the road. We hit the pavement. We bring the Louis bag as we go to Crazy Horse Saloon, 4240 North Lake Avenue. Isn't it amazing that I know that address? That is pretty impressive. Really is.
It's not Avenue, though.
What is it?
It's North Lake Boulevard.
So what?
Yeah.
It's close enough.
Yeah. There's difference, though. I'm sure there's a North Lake Avenue out there somewhere, but yeah, this is North Lake Boulevard.
Do you think there's a North Lake on North Lake Boulevard? Or just that where it is? 4240, that's pretty good. For me, come on, that's amazing.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Do I get a treat? I get to work with you for another half hour. Come on. I got a text message from a girl that I used to date pretty good. She's like, I'm shocked that you know Dominic's dog name. She goes, you and I banged around for a year. You got my dog's name.
But you haven't got the name right once.
Romeo.
It's not
wrong.
Romo. So why is this girl so impressed? You haven't even got it right once.
She goes, every time you would come over, she always said my dog's name wrong.
I'm like, yeah, you haven't got it right.
Romo.
There we go.
There we go.
There it is. How long have you had your dog?
4 years now.
Oh, that's nice. Dominic's in the house.
Hello.
And he had a situation yesterday where he went to get some therapy. It was an accident. And he had a lady who was really not qualified. And Dom said, stop. And he went back the next day and she got fired.
I got a couple situations in the text line, too. So after you're done with your trifecta, we can get into those, too.
Okay. Francis is here. That's the lovely voice you just heard.
Hey.
And now we're going to do a Greek trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek trifecta.
All right, Mets tonight. They got to win. They got to be amazing, baby. Mets, amazing. One year as a kid, I was their mascot. A little upset because I had to wear like the little headpiece and it covered my face. I was like 12 years old. But I did it anyway. My mom went out and bought it, so I did. I was a Yankee fan, too. I was like, I'm a Yankee fan. But, it was Mom, and she got it for me, so I felt bad. But the Mets win tonight. I think they beat the Brewers, and they advance to the next round. Padres advance, Royals advance, Tigers advance. Yankees, Saturday, taking on the Kansas City Royals. There's a football game tonight on Amazon. Boo! Pisses me off when it's on Amazon, because I know a lot of people don't have it, and wherever I go, I got to stay to the end. But it is the Atlanta Falcons. Franny owns a piece of the team. She doesn't like to tell anybody. She does this really just for kicks and giggles.
Kicks and giggles.
I guess it's a real word. As they take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's going to be a good game. We'll talk about it on the Greek zone. I think the game goes over. I'll say that. Miami Dolphins have more problems right now than Puff Daddy. Their offense isn't good. Their defense isn't good. Their special teams isn't good. And McDaniel, who everybody thought was a star, now they're saying maybe he's not a good coach at all. And maybe he really doesn't have a real reign on the team. No discipline. Tyreek Hill went off Monday night on the sidelines. People were talking about how much he went crazy. And then the next day, Daniels is like, we got a couple guys in the locker room who do that. It's all good. No, it's not. They got to win. Sunday when they're playing New England, they got to try to make the season decent. If they keep losing, I do think he might get fired at the end of the year. And there's already talks about Belichick coming down here. Belichick's name's mentioned everywhere, so it doesn't really mean much, but it does mean something that they're talking about it. And a lot of times, just like Adams for the Raiders, you heard for the last 6 months, you want to get traded. Well, guess what? He's getting traded. Stuff comes from someplace and a lot of different organizations in sports and a lot of times. And if you're betting, I would say 8 out of 10, it ends up happening. When you hear a rumor somebody wants out, usually it happens. Tyreek Hill, rumor he wants out of Miami, I believe it. I really do. Because I think Tyreek looks around and says, this team's not good. Tua, even if he comes back, it's only a matter of time before he gets hurt again, and I don't want to be here. There is talk about him wanting to go back to the Chiefs. I got news for you. Chiefs don't want him. Tyreek Hill, last 2 years without him, what the Chiefs do? They won 2 Super Bowls, and they save $50 million. Nobody talks about that. $50 million they save by not having Tariq. And Tariq's great. He's been good for the Dolphins, but we haven't won Jack, and we haven't dated Jill. So there it is. Greek Trifecta is always sponsored by Pollard Coffee and Ice Treats in Deerfield Beach. Over to Franny for some text messages.
Yes, 47142 is that text line. You can always text us. You just have to start the text off with Real Radio. That's how I receive them. So we have here in the text, I had an issue at my primary care doctor. I was seeing the nurse practitioner instead of the doctor, which is what I do too. But I don't have any issues with my scrotum like you do. I have an issue in my scrotum. The nurse totally ignored my issues, even though I brought it up multiple times. Finally saw the doc, and she was in disbelief that the nurse wasn't doing things correctly. Total fiasco. That's what happens. Says doctor office. I used to get the birth control shot, and the one. Oh, sorry, where'd the text message go? And the one time the male nurse gave me the shot, I was in pain for days. So the next time I went, I told my doctor about it and said I wanted a female nurse because the woman who had given me the shot had always done it right. Sarah B says you just have to speak up.
Yeah, it
If
is your
something don't
body.
Feel right? Yep.
I mean, I told Dominic a situation I had at my doctor's office. I can't talk about it on the radio.
I love it. And then Sarah then sent another text. She was like, the birth control shot goes in, like, went in her butt. Well, you know, they inject her. Anyways, you know what I mean. They put the, she said, so maybe my butt distracted the male nurse. LOL. Maybe that's why he didn't do it right.
Maybe not. Maybe it did.
And then we have...
Sarah, do you have a nice ass?
Sarah's a nice ass. Says, as we all climb aboard the Dom disdain train, Wifey and I had the pleasure of meeting Dom last year at the Stewart Bowling Alley for a Dolphins watch party. Dom was nice and semi-articulate, and Wifey agreed that Dom has the perfect face for radio. Hang in there, kid. We break your balls because we love you. That's from Hugh and Wifey Jazz. Let's see. I'm not reading that one. And you know which one I'm talking about.
Is it about a credit score?
It's about donating sperm.
Oh.
Yeah, not doing it. But you can always text. I may or may not read it. 47142 started off with Real Radio. And speaking of text, that's a way to get in touch with us. We have a phone line, 877-927-6969. And we have the talkback feature. And we have somebody else who has their Woody Woodpecker impersonation. What do we got?
Here's my woodpecker imitation.
It's pretty accurate.
It is,
It's actually
isn't it?
probably the best one we got.
You know,
I don't know if it's Woody Woodpecker, but it's definitely a good woodpecker.
Well, you would hear that. You would think it's somebody. You would
think it was somebody.
You're like somebody. I know a couple of people who have them in their yards, and man, they talk about like keeping them up all night, like trying to get them out of the tree, like up 3 a.m, and they're just like hitting it all night long. And when this girl was telling me a story, I said, "Well, that sounds good." She goes, "No, it's not what you think." She goes,
hitting it all night long is not what you think.
She goes, "It kept me up all night long."
I used to have the townhouse I lived in before the house I live in now. We used to have a lot of woodpeckers.
Now they say if you put a light on it, that'll stop it. Like if you put a flashlight or some kind of a light.
I wouldn't get up. They were more so. I would see them more during the day than at night. They never really bothered me at night.
I do have one more talk back.
Oh, okay.
Just when you thought your day couldn't get any better, right? I went from Palm Beach Gardens' favorite pool guy to what Franny just said, Palm Beach Gardens' finest pool guy. Guess I was selling myself short, but I'm pretty humble. Dom, welcome to the show. It's always great to hear you guys' voices. Hope you guys have a great day. Little Friday, Palm Beach Gardens' finest pool guy. Out.
Nice. Is that what you said? You called him finest?
I believe so.
Yesterday or today?
That was today.
Oh, really?
You were here.
Okay.
You were here.
Doesn't mean anything.
I know.
I like
Just
Jeremy.
because you're here doesn't mean you're paying attention. I get it.
It's not that I don't pay attention.
But I don't pay attention.
I don't pay attention.
Yes.
I'm getting better with that. I'm working on that. Like I'm working on people's names, even when I meet somebody
You've been
new.
saying this for years.
I said I'm getting better.
He's trying at least.
Years you've been saying this.
I have been trying. And people ask me, like, when I ask them twice or 3 times, like, what's your name? And I think they look at me like, why you keep asking me? I'm like, I'm really bad with names, and I want to try to remember you. So, and I said, usually, I don't know. What do you say? It's not a good trait. I admit it. I mean, it's just not. And I try. I mean, my name's easy, Greek. I mean, so it's an easy name to remember.
It's hard with radio. You meet a lot of people.
No, it's just, I don't know. Even somebody like super hot, sometimes I'll mess up their name. You know what I mean? Like this other girl last week, I messed up her name twice. And she said to me, she goes, you got my name wrong, but I didn't want to say anything. I said, why? So we just have to go like
Jasmina?
that. Yeah, that's her. I talked to her this morning. She's like, are you going to get my name right? I said, yes, I'm going to get your name right. I promise. You got to get somebody's name wrong. What do you think is worse to call somebody something wrong? Your boss the name wrong or somebody in the bedroom?
The boss.
No, I'd go bedroom.
I think
that's
the boss.
ending right away.
Yeah.
You think so?
But the boss is at like total, that's a lack of respect not to know your
How
boss.
do you go that deep with a lack of respect if you forget somebody?
Because that's your boss.
You forget their name?
That's your superior. You should know their name.
I'm not
in the bedroom, if it's like a one-night stand or something like that, or somebody you haven't been with that long, then maybe. But this is your boss. I think that professionally it's worse, obviously, than in the bedroom because especially with you, it happens all the time.
Well, it could be professionally in the bedroom. I mean, that's where it can happen too. Now, I'm not saying you get the name wrong. You just don't get it right.
So that's still wrong.
So yeah, that's the same, G-man.
So to me, like
Same.
dog's name is Romo. But if you called it Romeo, it's wrong, but it's in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So say the girl's name is Kelly, and you call her Karen.
Where's Jasmine at?
No, it's
Jasmina.
It's Jasmina.
We should have her call in, see what she thinks.
No.
I thought her name was Jasmine, but you called her Jasmina.
That's what it is.
See, you got it wrong already.
No. How do I know the names of your girls? I don't even know them. Better than you do.
That's what it is.
Never met these people.
That's it. That's totally it. Thank God for Fran. I'll be texting her tonight. What's the name?
You're not lying.
Oh, no. I love Franny. She's the best. She really is. Some of the text messages I'll send to her. My buddy the other night was blowing up one of my text messages, and I was talking when I was driving. He's like, what the hell does this mean?
I have no idea what your text message was yesterday that you sent me. Because I sent something just kind of be like, hey, about whatever you were taking. And I was like, I don't know if you should be. And I was like, because whatever it is, because he wasn't feeling well. And I would just kind of be like, you may not want to take this because it's for other things. And your text message that you sent me back was 100% gibberish. I have no idea what it meant. I just ignored it. I was like, he's fine.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
I was tied up when I sent that.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you the context of it because you guys won't understand. But I will tell you what his response was. Dom, I'll tell you later on off air. His text I get, all right? Always get them, and this is what it says. Always get them, am fine next day. I did not pick it up yet. I get more to be sure. I probably will not get it. I'm like, what the hell does it? What? What does this mean? I did not respond back.
I was delusional
I was like,
yesterday.
that's Greek. Whatever.
That's the cough medicine.
I don't get it.
I was so impressed that you even cared a little that I was like, I broke down.
I was like, none of this makes any sense to me. So.
I broke down. I started crying. I called up Fidelity for my 401k. I changed it to Franny. I'm like, I can't believe she cared about me that much. 877-927-6969. If you had to go to a doctor's office and something seemed weird, would you say something or go through it? Some people probably would go through it. Now, a dentist, I never would.
Oh, no.
No way.
Oh, no way. If the receptionist came at you with like a drill, excuse me, even anything, even like when they scrape and like the water pick,
No, dentist, no way. Now, a doctor, you could, I don't know. If you see, I don't know, because you see somebody like in the...
Well, just like I said, like I go to my nurse practitioner. I do. When I go to my doctor's office, and I really enjoy her rather than the doctor that's there.
Yeah.
But she still is a nurse practitioner. She went to school. She's not the girl who's sitting at the front desk taking appointments like what happened with Dom.
Yeah, when I was laying down, I had, until she walked in, I had no idea who was walking in, you know? So
that's
it's like
even more shady. And were you face down?
I was face down until I heard her voice. That's how I knew something was up.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
so
that's
then if
a
you
little shady.
Yeah, so if you didn't turn around, you would never have known.
Well, I knew right away when she was giving the massage, something was wrong.
With the thorough gun. If you guys are just tuning in, Dom's had to see a chiropractor for a bit because of a car accident he was in, and he had an appointment. I went to his appointment, and nobody was there except the receptionist, and they told him to go ahead and go in the room, and somebody will be with you, and he did, and he assumed the position, and it was the receptionist who, in fact, came into the room and tried to work on him and had no idea what they were doing. So he ended up saying something to the doctor, to the chiropractor the next day, and the receptionist got fired, as I believe she should have. Because she could have made matters worse with his condition.
Yeah, we can't have that now. You're on the Penthouse. We need you. I mean, that's big. Your health's secondary, but if you can't show up for work.
On this, health is secondary?
Secondary.
But if you can't fool around, I mean, come on, what are you doing? Yeah, that is a crazy story. I had one with a doctor, too, and I thought she was a nurse, though. She worked at the counter. But she was a nurse. She definitely was.
Well, a lot of time the nurses, when you go to hospitals especially, right, they're sitting there because they're doing a lot of paperwork and stuff. You really don't have in the hospital receptionists. They're normally at the front and stuff, but sometimes you do. But the nurses all sit around that little counter area, and then they go to their patients.
Yeah, this girl was definitely working at my doctor's office, and then she came in, and things got a little crazy. What do we got, Dom?
We have Evan on the phone.
Evan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, boys. How's it going?
Going so good. It's great.
Yeah, listen, there was an episode of 2.5 Men when Charlie's brother is a chiropractor and he had to go out of town, so he asked Charlie to watch his office.
I saw this.
And he turned it into a whorehouse.
Oh, my God. He reminds me so much of me, Charlie Sheen, that situation. He does. Yeah, he had girls coming in and out, and he was like, how's business? Great.
Booming.
Yeah, doing massages. Yep, doing massages. It was a pretty funny show.
Yeah, Charlie.
So, Tom, maybe next time next time find out where Charlie's working.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you figure it out. No, this is a serious thing, though. But if you go to a doctor in any capacity, you always want to make sure you know what you're doing and ask questions. I mean, you just do. I mean, you should ask questions. I had to go to a dermatologist the other day. I go once a year, and it wasn't the person that usually handles me. It was the guy, and he seemed a little odd. And the way he examined me and the girl does for years was totally different. Like, with him, I was in and out in like 2 seconds. Mm-hmm. And with her, she really, like, checked everything, I thought. You know,
when it comes, that's totally off. But because you were talking about masseuse, when it comes, I'm getting a massage tonight at 5:00. I'm so excited because I've been hurting, especially from working the weekend and just in general. I don't think I've had a massage in 2 years or more. I'm not one who gets them, and every time I do, they're like, "You should come on a regular basis." They're like,
you should pay.
And exactly right, like every couple months at least. And people say like once a quarter. I know people who do it, but it's years unless like I'm really really in pain, and then I go and get one. So I finally made an appointment, and they always ask, do you prefer male or female?
Yeah. What do you say?
I don't have a preference.
Really?
Do you have a preference?
Yeah.
You do. You rather have a female?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me, but I do like males because they're stronger.
Yeah.
I don't mind a strong, hand.
What are you doing later?
Ooh, Greek.
But see, that's the thing. Like women aren't comfortable with men, and they rather have a woman. But it's weird too because most guys would rather have a female.
Most guys.
So I'm curious: do more female masseuses do they get more work than guys? To me, I don't care if it's a girl or a guy. I mean, as long as you do a good job, that's your profession.
I think a lot of people. Evan, are you listening or are you on the phone with somebody?
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
What do you prefer, Evan?
I wasn't listening about that. I just
you weren't listening.
You're perfect for the show. We ordered a pizza.
No. Anyway, I want to tell you real fast about, I get epidural steroid shots, and I know Franny says her husband does as well. Well, one time I went to my doctor, and he wasn't there, so somebody else did the shots, and it was terrible, man. The pain, because, they had to shoot 3 times in my neck and my back, and it was just the worst pain I ever had, and I told him, I'm not coming back here if you're not going to be here anymore. And he apologized and all that stuff, but it was terrible, man. That was terrible getting those epidurals. They hurt anyway.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I don't know if it hurts worse from who does it, but I've heard that they hurt. They say days after the fact, they still hurt.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, he was grinding them in, trying to get the right spot. And I'm going oh man, it's terrible. But I know you told me your husband, does the same thing. And the pain is the next couple of days it takes, to go away.
Most shots suck. When you get a shot, I mean, it's just not
those
great.
Cortisone shots are supposed to be.
Oh yeah, they're real
tough.
painful. Evan, you're a champ, buddy. What about the Yanks? They're going to be Kansas City?
I hope so. Boy, that's good. They got rid of the Astros and the Orioles.
Yeah, I know. Every Yankee fan saying the same thing, and that worries me. Everybody's like, oh, my God, easy path now. That kid Witt, the shortstop's good for the Royals, and the Royals got a good pitching staff.
Detroit really pitching was great.
Unbelievable. Detroit, if you bet them to win the World Series, oh, my God. Evan, we got to run. We got to Benihana out of here because we got the Greek Zone coming up. But give us a call on the Greek Zone.
I'll be listening.
All right, pal. It is the Penthouse on a Thursday. Good show today. We give this show a B+. Dominic, great job as always. Thank you for your help. You do a good job. You were fitting in like one of Michael Jackson's gloves.
Oh, thanks.
Franny, I missed you yesterday, and when you called me and checked on me, it made my day. I got to say, I looked at the text 50 times. I said, she cares. She loves me. Oh, my God. Great job as always. Looking forward to a show tomorrow. How about you?
Yeah, because we're going to be at the Crazy Horse Saloon. I'm excited about that for Greek's Gridiron. That is North Lake Boulevard. It is just west of 95, Publix Plaza. Super easy to find. Great place, great atmosphere. The bartenders are fantastic.
Yep.
The food is great. Come on out. There's always a decent crowd.
They open at 11.
It'll be 11 o'clock. All right, 11 o'clock they're open because we get there at 10. So you can't come there for the first hour, but make sure you do right when they open because it is a good time.
You guys have a great afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. The Greek Zone is next. We'll get into some picks. We'll talk about some player props and a lot more. Have a good afternoon, everybody. Peace.
Take your apartment workouts to the next level. Or just lay on the couch. Either one works. This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Real Radio wants you to score some red zone revenue. We're hooking you up with $1,000 up to 13 times every weekday. Bet on every game, make some crazy parlays, buy some new jerseys, pay off some of that debt. Once you win the money, we don't care what you do with it. It's yours. Listen for the keyword and enter it at realradio921.com. Score $1,000 in red zone revenue. Good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio. Red Zone Revenue is sponsored by Steinger, Green & Finer.
Insurance companies don't make it easy when you've been injured in a car accident. Steinger, Green & Finer, we fight hard so you win. Call us now.
800-561-1111. 800-561-1111.
Offices West Palm in Miami.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
It's a problem-free ride along the Palm Beaches. We are looking good on the expressways. No major delays on 95. Turnpike is up to speed and accident-free. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Robert Half. 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. Robert Half is here to help. Their recruiting professionals utilize their award-winning AI to connect businesses with highly skilled talent. At Robert Half, they know talent. Visit roberthalf.com/talent today.
Hey, it's great to tell you about my new favorite spot, Pollard Coffee Bar and Ice Streets. Pollard is an upscale, sophisticated coffee shop specializing in a wide range of coffee, beverages, and teas. Located in Deerfield Beach, proud sponsor 2024 Greeks Gridiron. Pollard Coffee, the way I start every day. Peace.
If you or someone you know suffered any injuries involving a deployed airbag, you could be entitled to compensation. Morgan & Morgan has already recovered millions. Get America's largest injury law firm fighting for you.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This hurricane season is predicted to be extreme. Your house is your castle. Don't wait. Call Castle Impact Windows, a folding shutter corporation division today for a free estimate. 561-683-4811. High quality made in-house castleimpactwindows.com.
This is the day of the big sale at your gift shop.
Welcome in.
So this isn't just a big day for your business. It's a big day for the network keeping it all connected. That is, if it can handle the pressure.
Next in line, please.
So is it possible to get business internet you can really count on? It is. With 99.9% network reliability from Comcast Business. It's like this neat little bow.
Do you like that gift wrap?
Really ties it all together. Reliable internet for your business. It's not just possible. It's happening. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Switch to Comcast Business and get started with reliable internet and advanced security for $69 a month for 24 months with a 2-year contract. Plus, ask how to get up to a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Don't wait. Call or go online today. Ends 10/27/24. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New 300 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust new Febreze car vent clips, now with 3 times greater scent control, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with new Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing, which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up Oscar!
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first time Nana moments.
And welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or diabetes, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-488-2594. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-488-2594. That's 800-488-2594. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary. The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like the Beatles Now and Then.
Come together, you say goodbye. It's been a hard day's night.
Just search Beatles and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm CBS 12 meteorologist Charlotte Carl. Higher humidity today than the past few days, although those temperatures have started to come down. We will see high temperatures this afternoon in the upper 80s. That's also going to coincide with when we start to see some showers and storms build in. They'll build in from 95 to the west, and then we'll see a spot or two of shower drift back to the coastline overnight.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, every day is game day. Get an expert oil change from our team in about 15 minutes. We're quick, but never rushed. Drive into any of our locations today. No appointment needed. Visit VIOC.com for up to $15 off your next oil change.
From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Rover's Morning Glory wants you to score some red zone revenue. Win $1,000 now. Enter the nationwide keyword credit at realradio921.com. That's credit. Enter it now at realradio921.com. And good luck from Rover's Morning Glory and Real Radio.
Live from South Florida, this is the Greek Zone. The Greek Zone is brought to you by Schuler, Weiser, Zoller, Overbeck, and Baxter.
It is the Greek Zone on a Thursday, getting ready for Thursday Night Football and some Major League Baseball. Mets tonight and Brewers. We're all over the Mets, baby. Hopefully they can get a W and advance to the next round. Padres advanced yesterday. So did the Royals and so did the Tigers. Yankees and Royals, that starts on Saturday. So Saturday you'll have some college football and you'll also have baseball. College football this weekend. Canes are playing California. I was listening to two radio shows this morning in Miami and Palm Beach, and they kept saying, why are the